Anyways, so we played Dungeons & Dragons 5e here, which we're going to be playing tonight. I think the last time we did a recap, it was Justin, so we should make it Matt.
Oh, hi, Matt.
Or better yet, from Locke's perspective.
Oh.
That is the meat bags.
All right.
The meat bags.
These silly flesh creatures. No, but last game, we left the tomb where we had visions from a dragon knight, which was super cool. Then made our way down the mountain to a place where our old party, man, a lot of people are dead, huh? Anyway.
And you have no one to blame but yourselves.
Yeah. Our old party
That's not the way I
once
roll.
saved the day, a town called Greencrest.
A little town called Greencrest.
Little town called Greencrest. Mm-hmm. We don't take kindly to outsiders. Greencrest is in a place called the Central Vale where they're pretty suspicious of outsiders. But since none of the original party was there to warn that they don't take kindly to strangers, we got ourselves into a little pickle.
Best recap ever.
Yeah.
And hence the Alex lol emote.
I'm glad I can get to
Let's
it.
get some lols in the chat for poor old Alex, because he's not going to be able to stop for at least another minute
I
or so.
I think it gets to him because it's, oh shit, I fucked up again.
We knew it would happen eventually. Is it? Damn it! Is it Mommy McDonald?
No, it's
And why isn't he watching, that son of a bitch? Answer it and ask him why he's not watching it.
You told me to.
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Why don't you watch it?
What's up?
Nothing, just trying to run a show here.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yes,
Just Friday
the
as usual. You know.
The dice tray? Yeah, you left it on my table. Yep.
Yeah.
We play D&D. What?
Play D&D without us?
No, I'm on the internet.
Everyone's watching!
Hey, talk to you later, bud.
Why aren't you watching us?
So,
You know who you are. We're clipping this and sending it to you.
so
Ryan.
Ulthion went to after he and Katarina and Locke had a little discussion at the statue of the former party because they were heroes, mostly dead now.
Heroes are dead.
You know, heroes, other heroes, and it doesn't matter. He went to talk to a blacksmith that they had gotten information about from the Dragon Knight's vision, and it went awesome, like you'd expect. And then
tossed in the mud.
the blacksmith was kind of a douche, which we didn't expect. And Ulthion tried to intimidate him with a big fancy bright spell. And then I guess the town is defended by a wizard. Who
Would have been nice to know.
Yeah, it would have been good to know. If only someone in the party had known it.
Mm-hmm. If only.
There's just putting signs up. Beware of wizard.
Yeah.
I'm going to, before we leave this town, I will warn your travelers.
We're going to be leaving it all. Just all with a hammer.
They just
Beware
had,
of angry wizard.
And racist town members.
Andy should have just had an old man in a rocking chair by the statue for no reason. You know, nice long piece of grass in his mouth. He's like, we can't do that, no magic hair. You gotta watch out for wizards. But he didn't.
It's funny because
I did not.
He's dying.
Alex is trying to fight it so hard, and it just comes out anyway.
That's what she said.
It's the cognitive. It's the cognitive dissonance of like what I act like normally and when I'm laying it on thick for these recaps. It gets him.
It
It's
She
worth-
said,
We don't like your kind around here.
Anyway, so that wizard showed up just just shit on Othean's spell.
Yeah. My 5th level spell.
And then threatened us a bit, and that's where we are.
What you doing right
I did
there?
kind of forget to mention that Trin and Godric stayed behind in a tavern because Godric likes games and gambling, and
And getting fucking wasted.
Trin was tired from all the hiking because he's got damn little legs.
And what's the spell that
Trin's
we all have
goblin.
on right now?
Huh?
For our brain talking?
Oh, right. We can communicate telepathically.
Yeah, they
What is that spell called?
talk amongst friends.
No, I don't think that's it.
It's called spell. Oh, I can remember.
You cast it.
You're the wizard.
I'm bad at stuff. Shut up. This isn't about me. It's about us.
You're not a very good robot.
Hey, neither is Bender, and we still love him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See? All right. That's it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they've been hearing Godric's voice in their head. It's fantastic.
Oh, that's her journal. I thought you had just got like so tired of us you were just reading a book.
And that would be
Wake me up
fair.
when we're playing D&D, guys.
Cold.
But fair.
Okay.
Yeah, that more or less sums it up in incredibly broad,
It took a while.
vague,
It took a
and,
while. I'm sorry,
you know,
but it was worth it.
lackluster sense, anyways.
Oh my god.
Now that everybody's been put to sleep, I
I was so embarrassed that I started to yawn just as the dungeon master looks at me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh crap.
Hey,
Don't feel bad. Just know that I have yawned so hard in the middle of the game that everyone stopped and looked at me, and I was like, "Oh, I fucked up." Like, you feel better? In my head, it's like, "You feel better?" I was like, "Yeah."
all right.
You feel better? Yeah.
So let's D&D.
Fuck you,
D&D?
Let's go.
That's what we're already doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the recap is part of the game.
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry, boss.
Logic loop.
I don't even remember where I'm at now.
Yeah. You're at the table playing D&D.
Oh, I
Mark.
like D&D.
You're back in
name is
Avernus.
Mark.
Yeah, you're back in Avernus.
Just
My
defeated
family?
Hizit, the jailer.
Oh fuck, that sounds bad.
And nothing terrible happened right after that.
no.
Oh my god.
You're
I
about
feel
to cast a spell to get
That
us out of
feels
here.
good. Oh, let's do it. Ooh, let's see if I can replicate it.
Dude, how crazy would that be if Andrew was like, you know what, this sounds fun. Yeah, we're going back in time.
I would have failed again.
What?
No, what did you roll?
Not a pair of ones, but a 2 and a 3.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It was
Yeah.
destiny.
Even
Yes.
Andy was like, "I'm interested."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to look. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah,
That
those are
sounds like
single
a
digits.
Jack Black parody right there.
I would have failed again.
Wow.
Well, we're still stuck in hell.
All right, everything plays out as normal.
Well, I just go back to work on Monday.
All right. So I don't remember. I was
One
doing.
dice said two,
I was,
the other dice said three. It
I was doing
destiny.
something.
Yeah.
Let me open up my notes since I accidentally closed them. There
What are
we
you guys
go.
doing in the tavern?
Drinking.
So,
Sure. it was really
meanwhile,
cool.
back in the tavern,
Meanwhile, back in the temple.
everybody's having a good old frickin' time. Meanwhile, back in the tavern. Where? I thought I had that set up to play. I guess I didn't.
Thing about Godric is when he insults
Where
people,
is it?
he's always punching down. Because he's a Goliath.
Because he's tall, right? That was the joke.
that's
Yes,
right.
that was the
Nope,
joke.
wrong one.
I thought that was.
Nope, that's
Don't
not
forget
right.
who you
The,
are. by
the
way.
only thing to nearly defeat him is a one-eyed monster.
2 one-eyed monsters.
Now you're just trying.
I don't know.
Wow.
Also, don't forget who you are, Alex.
Trin!
No.
Adorable!
No.
Mm-mm.
You're not.
I'm impersonating a little dwarf.
That wasn't your voice, but okay.
He can be whatever he wants to be. He's impersonating.
Just a little conversation, it changes.
Right now, he's just bundled up in a bed of being a little goblin.
Little dwarf goblin. Trash elf, as you so put it.
Yes.
And I agree.
Yeah.
Little trash elf.
We're just your cousins from the trash can.
It's like Elmo and fucking.
Big Bird?
Compare? No.
No.
Look, first of all, he's our friend. Don't compare him to me.
I get it, because you're like full of yourself a little. Or at least that's the joke.
I'm not at all. I'm super humble. The elf, though. The elf.
I think you have those backwards.
I'm the most humble man you've ever met.
I'm a method actor.
Ooh, what is the magic number today?
I gotta reset this.
8.
Apparently.
There you go.
Nice.
8 is the lucky number of the evening. Also, hello, Isaac. How are you doing today?
Hey, Zig!
Hey,
I did, buddy.
I was supposed to remind him to drop something off at the studio, and I forgot.
Hey, Isaac,
Shame.
drop something off.
Shame.
You're supposed to drop something off. There's your reminder.
High
right
value
now.
items.
Yeah, drop
Right
that thing
now.
off at the studio.
Drop that thing off.
It's never too late. We're here till 11:30.
Drop that thing.
It's true.
That's
Pop, drop it, drop it. Pop, drop it.
Drop stuff off at the studio. Anyways, I don't know why this is not working. So
The secret is he's actually a DJ, and the only thing he drops is mad beats.
Okay, you've gone too far.
I like it. Keep going.
No.
He kept going. Fucking look at him go.
Yeah. I'm a real percussionist, though. I don't
Hey,
do
what
that.
was the thing at the tavern that you wanted to wrestle?
The ox.
Oh, it's an ox.
Ox
Ox
quarter
Oh.
okay.
yak on its one
Alright,
side.
wrestle a pole?
No. Pole.
So apparently that doesn't want to work
I'll be
tonight. So
pulling
I'm not
an
gonna be
ox
using
with a
that.
rope.
Kinky.
Well,
So we've become in,
I'll
what
get
is
that
it
one.
called? The channels where they just make weird noises.
ASMR.
Yeah, That's all we do
ASMR
now.
D&D channel.
should we just have to whisper everything?
Critical.
Yeah, pretty much.
Critical.
So
Godric.
It's like somewhere between ASMR and
That's not
NPR.
and not ASMVR.
ASD&DR.
Wait, what?
I can't see the comments. I threw my phone for levity, and now I don't.
Get back! Beat up some people.
You know what's funny is I don't think I muted the phone before I threw it.
Yeah. Fair enough. So
Picks it up, phone's gone. Yes.
back at
Oh,
Blue
man, now it's
Fairy.
gone forever.
Blue Fairy.
We joined Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
Yeah.
You guys can decide amongst yourself who's which.
And Burp.
And Burp. What are you doing? I know you're doing a little bit of drinking, so you should make a con save right now anyways.
Con save? Alright.
Yeah.
I have that at disadvantage.
Now. Do it. Roll.
I did. I have a. He gave me disadvantage on my next save.
Oh, that's
That's
right.
true.
So I've got a pretty decent chance to do it. Wow, 19.
Pulled him off a crit with that
Pretty
disadvantage.
good. Yeah. So just kind of wash down another large pint of terrible ale.
Oh yeah, the ale was shit.
Yeah. You're super elated to figure out that it is now your turn to try pulling the ox. So
Hold up, no sleeves. Just realize that.
as you're rolling up your non-existent sleeve,
I don't wear shirts.
I've just
You
seen
get-
people do this.
There's an obnoxious level of arm hair, just like combing
It
it
all
out.
stands up.
I don't wear fur.
what's Trin doing?
Oh, Trent's trying to keep up appearances. He's not really trying to get drunk because he's already super tired, but he's lazily keeping an eye on Godric.
Okay.
See if he's getting into some trouble. I'm reckoning he's gonna offend some folk.
Definitely push someone.
Sounds
Around.
good.
Just
So the goal is whoever pulls it the farthest at the end of the night just wins. And they win whatever the pot is. So
I would've, like,
they take they get the ox and they pull it all the way back to the end of basically this heavy sand like space. Like you would think that this is probably used also for probably bare fist boxing, but they're not using it for that tonight. And it's pretty big. It's like 20 feet probably, easily. Just so the furthest anybody has dragged it so far is like just about halfway.
About 10.
just about 10 feet, maybe 11. Kind of just looking at the line and where they marked it. Yeah.
As he
Mhm.
as he starts to head down there, I kind of like mosey over to the edge,
You see, you just kind of.
faking like a drunken stumble here and there. Oh, you better put on a good show, you big oaf! As I give him bardic inspiration. It's a D10.
Oh, yes, that's a big one. All right, yeah, I walk up. All right, that's the wrong voice. Let us do this. And I grab the rope, both hands, and I rage. I attempt to fucking yeet this fucking ox. Instead of just pulling, I grab it. I'm gonna fucking yank this fucking thing.
All
That's a
right.
lot of fucking.
I'm gonna
Yeah, that is a lot of that, and that's disturbing, honestly.
as I roar out very loudly.
Yeah.
Let's
Are you
hear it.
using your bardic inspiration?
What's it sound like?
Okay.
Scream back a little bit.
Just don't yell at the microphone. Okay.
Quiet.
Stage yelling.
Yes.
Stay gel. Yeah.
Natural 20.
Good. I'm glad that means
plus
nothing.
2.
What's the
and
number?
31.
A 31?
That's pretty good.
And I just. Fuck.
So, as you pull up on this ox and yank it, you manage to move it 10 feet. Now make another one.
Okay, I'm gonna keep reading.
Can he rage again? That's cocked. You have to rage again, right?
Well,
Nobody's hitting you.
It's up to him. If I have to rage again, I will.
Oh, I don't know
How
how
long
rage
does
works.
the rage last?
I'm calm.
Around 6 seconds?
6 seconds.
I'm
You don't have to
calm.
rage again. You already rolled, though. What did you roll?
So I
I'm
roll
gonna
before I
rage.
reroll one because it's cocked.
Mhm.
Not
much better.
17.
17. So 17 getting a little bit tougher because now the ox is actually resisting now that it realizes it's being moved against its own will, and it kind of just buckles down and just drops its head just kind of lower to the ground and just digs its hooves in. So you try to get it, you're yanking and pulling on it, you manage to move it all the way past the current marker, but just by an additional foot.
And as he does that, I thought you were gonna do better than that. That's a sad show it is.
So the crowd kind of whistles and claps, and they're watching you strain and yank on this ox and pulling on it as it's like pulling back and it's starting to turn its neck like away from you. Make another check.
Give me another bardic inspiration.
All right.
Bardic inspiration. Bardic.
I'm barding the inspiration here.
It's a die tray for a
Threw
reason.
dice at me.
That's why he needs
26.
he needs Yamcha.
Yamcha's a backboard, thank you. 26.
26.
Yes.
26. You sure? I don't trust you, Count.
I counted.
Yes.
Okay, well, only because Justin says so.
You're welcome. Operation Cheat the DM successful.
So with the massive 26, you yank the ox, pulling it all the way to the edge of the pit and just yanking it onto the floor, taking up one or two of the floorboards with it. And the crowd just cheers, and they're all super impressed. Everybody's clapping, you know, and everybody's spilling their drinks and having a good time. So, do you know how much you won?
Yes.
That's what you're really waiting for, aren't you?
No, I
Yeah.
just wanted to pull the ox. That's that. I didn't really care for goal money right now. The ox was pulling the ox was my goal.
All right. So
Challenge was entertaining.
they tally up all the bets, and that little awesome gnome who owns the blue fairy, Tilly, comes over and gives you your reward, which in a nice little sack you earn. Let's see how much you earn. Might be something, might be a lot less than something. I don't know how it's possible, but could be. Just saying.
I don't know why, but I see Andy with a little like money randomizer and he shakes it and coins fall. That's what
It's a bag of wood shavings and a golden tooth.
some dude's eye, and you're
Sorry,
pretty
kid.
sure you see someone's legs.
Sorry, kid. No one would bet against you. Look at how big you are.
Malachi! Well, hello there, buddy. How you doing?
What's up, Malachi? How's it
News through
going?
the table. He's now officially my friend.
Oh my
real
god, it
friends,
only
huh?
took 9 years.
Took about 2 months.
Just because I love you, Malachi.
Oh, is that on Steam?
Yeah.
I was like, what makes it official?
You win a whopping total of 135 silver,
Woo!
10 copper,
Hey, you
and
big
everyone is
spender.
such impressed. Much wow.
Much wow. Oh my gosh.
Hashtag more better.
I definitely yell out loudly. Next round's on me.
Victory! Everybody,
round is on me!
everybody cheers, and they are super happy. And it's super excited, and everybody loves you, and it's amazing, and you're now the town hero. Anyways,
I could use your help right about now.
I'm gonna pat the ox and just be like, "You're a very strong animal." Kind of give him a head bump.
Well, it's an ox.
yeah, it literally just continues to chew on like alfalfa and just act like you don't exist.
Lucky you didn't like kill it.
Yeah, he's like, give it a light head tap, crushes its skull,
Yeah.
and explodes.
Now
Right, you were
respect,
raging.
I gotta eat
Oh,
no!
Oh man! So
Great.
you get a few admirers, some individual people, kind of come up and just thank you. Some of the bar patrons, and you kind of make a few quick little friends. Everybody's happy, and you said the next round's on you, and that goes pretty well. And then people just continue to feed you drinks over and over and over again.
Godfrey just keeps going.
Yeah.
And then Godfrey's gonna actually ask around and see if this is used, if the pit's actually used for bare knuckle fighting.
The answer is no.
The three of us out there having a quiet conversation.
Oh, by the way, you hear loud screaming in your guys' heads when he's blowing this ox. Like, you guys are kind of like, migraine.
I can tell that.
Definitely, you have to hit the volume up.
You can tone down. He's like mute. He pulls it up, looks at the device listings, and goes, Godric, mute.
Let's turn that down to 30%, just in case.
Yeah.
Then backfire. Something goes horribly wrong. It's like, oh, we totally didn't hear you. We left
We left you on mute.
And then I'll approach, I believe it's Tilly.
Yeah.
Tilly?
Maybe. Is it? Are you sure?
Is she there?
Yeah, she was the one who handed me my winnings.
Yeah, but she's not just standing there like gawking at you.
No, I
She's
know.
busy. She's a busy person. She's running an establishment. You're just running your mouth.
100%.
Just run in your mouth.
Tilly, as I approach her.
Yeah. So she's handling some sort of business with the bartender, it seems, and they're like discussing something. He gives her some, puts some money like on the countertop, and she takes it. So she turns, looks up. Yes.
So when did you want to have this dinner exchange that we were discussing earlier?
Maybe some other night when you just haven't pounded so much ale.
Damn. Fine.
Respect.
I will drink less tomorrow then.
I'll be here, maybe tomorrow. We'll see.
We'll
Depends
see
on if I feel like it.
That's fair. I don't know. We'll see how long I'm in town. The group tends to run around like chickens with their heads cut off.
The group.
Yes.
What are you doing here, anyways?
We're looking. We're friends with Hargreaves, and we were coming to see his statues and things. And we came to visit the blacksmith. I think that's right.
Bristol. What business would you have with him all the way out here?
I look around the room. Is there anyone near us?
It's crowded as hell.
Like immediately near us, since we're like right at the bar.
Make a perception check.
All right.
Actually, no.
I like the idea
First,
that
make
you
a
two have been friends
constitution
for so
check.
long. I like the idea that his conscience is in the voice of Locke. It's crowded as hell.
19.
19? Okay, now make a perception check.
That's not so good. 10.
10? It doesn't look like anybody's listening, other
So-
than Tilly.
I look around.
based on your perception.
I look around. I don't feel like anyone's nearby, so I lean down and forget who I am, and so trying to whisper. So we're looking for the daughter of the blacksmith. Is what we're doing. Daughter. You son of a bitch.
Doctor?
Doctor.
Turns into a rapper.
Doctor.
You son of a beach.
Does Godric know that that's who it is? Because I'm pretty sure the blacksmith just said to us, like, what do you want with my daughter? Right?
No, we know we're looking for the daughter.
Oh. I don't know what Godric knows. Godric doesn't know what he knows.
Godric never knows what he thinks he knows.
No, we'd gotten that.
Take your goddamn accent
No.
criticization and get the fuck out of here.
Oh, they actually don't know. Yeah, you're right. Because we knew we
He
were
just knows
looking
it's
for a
girl,
blacksmith from here, and that it was a woman. But
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't know the
We're
connection. We didn't know the daughter.
You're right.
connection.
So we're looking for a woman blacksmith at Bristol's that may not be here anymore.
And your friends went to go talk to him? Without you.
I didn't think they needed me. I saw a challenge. Why was I going to turn that down? They can handle themselves. If they're screaming, then I'll go cutting heads.
Sure. What did you want to talk to him about?
We need her help in fighting dragons.
Fighting dragons.
We're the heroes of Lior and a few other places.
Just give away all the
And
secrets.
he's a drunk Godric.
You're not there.
Yeah, we're the heroes of Lior. We're here to find
I like to
her
think I'm
and
there. in
go
spirit.
places. And we need her help.
Angry spirit.
Yeah.
You turned him off.
I turned him down low. His thoughts are loud. Look at him.
We need her help, and we're currently trying to find ways to help us fight the oncoming war that is about to happen.
It's the first I'm hearing about any kind of a conflict or war.
The war is coming, and the dragons are rising.
I don't know. It sounds made up.
You're not the one who has had to look multiple dragons in the face and call them cowards as they ran.
It's hard to believe you're alive.
My sole job is killing dragons. What do you mean I'm alive?
How
What?
many have you killed?
Is it?
This is vastly entertaining.
I don't want to hear how many I've killed. They keep running. You know how hard it is to catch a dragon? Goddamn wings.
Do it, Andy. Keep pushing them buttons.
I don't know. It's all hard to believe.
It's fine.
Either way, Bristol's not the most welcoming individual, so I'm sure your friends are having a pleasant time having an encounter with him at the moment.
Are we talking like I should go save them type of troubles?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Just then.
Ow.
Just bring the bail money.
Bring bail money.
I don't know. Knowing them, I guarantee someone's going to get in trouble. It's either going to be Locke or the damn elf. He's doing new.
Well, I will call for him so you make the call when the time makes sense.
We're playing. Don't worry about
No,
it.
I'm just letting you know.
Just sit there, Mark.
Yeah.
We're going.
Unfortunately, with
So, Trin, you hear him, by the way, blabbering on about
yes,
this.
with Bravades going to war with the cult of domination and dragons.
What's
and
the cult
that.
of domination? I haven't heard of this.
I
I heard that Bravades was invaded by the Red Hand. They were fighting hobgoblins, but what's this cult of domination?
Oh, they're the real people. Well, not the real people. That's kind of their disguise.
Godric,
What?
what are you going on about?
I'm asking questions to the pretty lady.
She looks at you. She's like, "I'm the pretty lady."
Yes.
Well, that's quite obvious, but you can't go spreading these bedtime stories that I tell you just to everybody. You know, they're gonna start believing that there's something to it.
Are you calling me? You were there. How are you calling me a liar?
I'm sorry, Godric has had some head injuries. You might notice some of the
I
stuff.
would have reached out and kind of give you a push.
Keep your hands to yourself.
You're calling me a liar. Don't do that.
I'm a respectable dwarf.
So, what part of what he said is a lie?
Oh, about the coming wars and he did fight a dragon one time, but it was like a pseudo dragon.
What about the red one in Lior?
Yeah, this is red pseudos. Don't get worked up.
Yes, when we defended the queen, that was all fake.
Yes.
You ran to go get weapons. You grabbed Gwendolyn!
Godric, I believe you've had far too much.
Make a deception check.
Motherfucker, dude. Motherfucker, God.
Do it with disadvantage. Because while you're managing this and trying to keep your cool, you're trying to manage him.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
And I really ran over 4.
13 and 13, so
That looks like-
25.
25. That's pretty good.
Pretty
So
good at
Tilly kind
deceiving.
of looks at him. She looks at you. Goes, dragons, huh?
Yes!
That's great.
We'll talk tomorrow. And she turns, walks away, and heads back around the back of the bar.
What the fuck?
Godric, you can't go around telling everyone all about our secrets.
I'm gonna lean down and look you in the face. And you don't go around calling me a liar!
What else am I supposed to do? Just say everything you tell him's the truth and just tell her to forget about it?
Yes, because anyone want to have a problem, I'll fucking kill him!
No, that's not how we solve our problems, Godric.
So I'm gonna be solving my problem when we see a goddamn dragon!
Say, yeah, that's a dragon. We're talking
His
about a
volume
little body
getting louder
here.
as we go.
Yeah.
We're talking about spending time at a bar. You don't gotta impress her. I know you like the lady and all, but just, you know, you
It is
you
called
impress her
giving
another way.
information! She is the fucking... the owner of this place. You think people don't talk here?
No, I'm sure they do, but use a little tact. You don't have to tell everything you know just to find out a couple
I
things
kept the
that she
important
knows.
parts out.
It doesn't really sound like it because I could hear it from over there.
And?
Godric, I think you've had too much, buddy. Maybe we should get you up to bed.
All right.
No!
Come on.
So then you hear a lock. Uh-oh.
Shit! And Godric
Yeah.
proceeds to just sprint out the fucking door and look
In a
around.
random direction.
I'm running out the front door.
He made his own door now.
No. With telepathic
Yeah,
bond, I kind of, you hear him sigh even though he doesn't have to breathe.
A mental sigh.
Yeah.
It's a mental side.
And then
A heavy one.
out the front door, in deeper into the town down the main road, you'll come to the statues. Go this way, down this alley, and across there you'll find...
Make a history check to see if you remember all this while you're drunk.
Oh, shit, I'm telling it to both of them.
Okay, you know what? Solid performance here? Wait,
bad,
what's
not
history
bad.
again? Oh, you've solid 16.
A solid 16?
16.
Okay.
So
Keep going.
Once you're at the statue, turn east, you'll find... And go that way, there's an alley. Through the alley, you will see the blacksmith's. There's a sign, it's still lit. Hopefully, we'll still be there.
At that, full fucking sprint. I'm running through the fucking door. I'm pulling Gwendolyn out, and I'm taking his directions like, I'm coming!
Trin, I assume he's dashed away.
You hear the scream echoing through the quiet town?
I need you to do your best to slow him down because we want the situation calm.
I run up and I hop on one of the tables. And I say, I'm sorry, everyone. This is drunk alive. Don't worry. I'll handle it. As I go to follow him out.
Make a performance check.
I'm full fucking sprinting, man. I'm fucking gone.
Now I'm talking
Yeah,
just
so
to
as you
Godric.
take off, you very impolitely knock over a couple of individuals on your way through the door. So
Don't
what's your
even care.
persuasion check?
This is my friend.
So am I performance and a persuasion?
No, sorry, performance.
Okay, so a performance check. I rolled a 3, so that's an 11.
An 11?
I rolled real low.
You understand? That's code word for I'm fucked.
Parts get that?
You could have slipped in.
Well, I have that.
Lock.
No, I don't have. I have it for other stuff. If it was
I
a
just read
persuasion, I
I
would.
just read it.
So now I'm talking just to Godric. So I assume you're sprinting.
Yes! I loudly say out loud.
That's great. But when you actually reach us, I need you to stay calm because the situation is still calm. Can you do that?
You just get back.
How much
And-
of how,
And kind of a drunk Godric's. He's trying to do a lot of things at once right here. You might be getting ignored.
I need you to acknowledge that you can hear me, please.
What's that? I hit the tower, and then go left, and then go
No.
left to the statue.
I can give you directions again if you lose your way.
So,
Oh shit.
These are my friends. These are my friends.
Shot by a town guard. Fucking sprinting with a
For the record,
the fact that Godric blows through the door and goes out the other side with no regard for possibly what could be in the way.
Oh, great.
Like, the fact that he's standing and everything is fine, so he makes it into the street. Most of everybody inside the Blue Fairy Ale House is kind of like, I guess, predisposed with the idea that he's really great because he just won the ox pulling contest. But you do see an individual getting up. Like, you only catch a glimpse of this individual as someone comes over to help this person up from the other side of the door outside that he blew past. And then as you're kind of looking, you see them come through the door, cleaning off like this sweeping red mantle and this plate armor. And this large, very muscular looking, dark-skinned individual, more than likely, probably from Wakulu, depending on the markings on the head based on what you can see. And another individual, maybe an attendant of some sort, a thin kind of elven man, comes in the room. And they're visibly this individual is distressed and irritated with what just happened. And they're kind of having this heated discussion. And she turns for a moment to go to the door. And this elf, like, kind of puts his hand on her shoulder. And she stops. And they exchange a couple of more words. And then they kind of walk past you. And then they go sit down at a table in the back.
We're just making all kinds of friends in the 10 minutes of
Greencrest, y'all.
Yeah.
This is about the same thing that happened last time we were in Greencrest.
So, because I'm communicating with Godric in our heads, I did turn to Katarina and try to keep this under control for a minute. And then kind of just look a little down and start talking. And I make sure everyone can hear me, so you know what I'm doing, but you know why I'm leaving it to you.
You hear the loud scream, "I'm coming!" in your heads.
Godric, it's very important that you calm down.
Rage sprinting or something. Yeah,
I get it.
there are a lot of feet in folklore. Godric will assess this situation when he lands.
But following up, you hear a couple of individuals that come up to you, and one of them, very nervously, this halfling, asks you, he's like, Did your friend just knock over Giant's Bane as he ran out the door?
Well, I suppose he did. This is as much a surprise to me as it is to you, but obviously there's someone of some renown, but I'm afraid this is the first time I'm hearing that moniker.
So, you're really not from here, are you?
No, my friend is a very avid adventurer. So we've traveled across the Great Spire Mountains. We've been around a bit, but this is one of our first ventures into Greencrest.
Oh, well, you might not be aware, but there's a, more or less a, what's the gentle way of putting this? Dahlia Giantsbane is a Knight of the Order of the Blood Rose. And, she's not known for her most understanding nature, And luckily, I don't see Helmi or Brightsword here with her because they normally travel together. But they're very, very well known around these parts. So, if your friend knows what's good with them for him, it's probably a good idea that you keep him out of direct line of sight from these individuals for the rest of your stay here. The last time that she got upset, she used her great axe to destroy the building of the individual she was fighting. So, I'm just saying.
So I'm assuming, based on what you're saying, that there haven't been situations where things were smoothed over after the fact, maybe traditional ways of making up for transgressions, short of death or maiming.
No, I mean, it wouldn't necessarily end up in death. It's just, you don't want to be enemies of the temple, more or less. You don't want to end up on the bad side of the Order of the Blood Rose at the Temple of Teixeira.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you so much for the valuable information. It'd be a shame if I were to continue on ignorant of the circumstances.
Yeah. We also don't really need another building more or less cut in half at this point. She doesn't really know her own strength for the most part, so the fact that your friend just blew past her means he A, caught her completely off guard, and B, yeah, you just don't want to be on the receiving end of her axe.
Oh, I see. So she's quite the warrior.
Yes. She's called Giant's Bane for a reason.
I see. I'm definitely taking everything you just told me.
And again, Helmir Brightsword is from Roenheim, and she joined the order as well. They normally travel together. Like I said, I don't see her, and he kind of looks past you. It's like I don't see her, but it normally requires Helmir to talk sense into her. Again, that doesn't mean that she's going to want to fight your friend and harm him in any way, but it definitely could turn into a which one of us has the bigger weapon, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I'll have to consider how to manage God.
And consider the fact that your friend's Goliath. Just saying.
Yes, the merit of that Giant's Bane and Goliath's being a form of giant kin is not lost on me. I appreciate it very much. Let me cover your next beverage as a way of saying
thanks.
thank you. As I reach in and I grab a couple silver.
All right. So they're not hard to miss. Just the blood cloaks, the blood red cloaks, and the etched silver and polished armor. It's dead giveaway.
Mm. Yes, quite an imposing figure. She caught my attention the second she walked in the room. Oh, jeez.
I'm suspicious.
It's like, all right, well, I'm going to take this and buy a drink then. And he kind of just burps and then walks over to the bar, stumbles for a second, and climbs his way up onto the stool and orders a drink.
I head over. I head over to Talia. Tilly. I head over to Tilly. Is she around?
You don't see her. After her conversation with you and Godric, she kind of disappeared.
Is there whoever's running the bar or serving one of the servers?
Yeah. I mean, there's servers and other people. So who are you looking for specifically?
I'm looking for someone that is serving like food and drink.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So it looks like there's a couple of individuals. One's up on the top floor having a conversation with a couple of merchants, it looks like. And the other seems to be a kind of an older and maybe even partially blind kind of older man. He's kind of walking around. It looks like he has like had some nasty scars or something coming down his face, so one of his eyes looks like it's kind of messed up.
I'm gonna go with the old messed up guy.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Trin, were you
He
able
just
to catch up
turns
with
to
him
you.
and slow him down?
Oh, yeah, you. What can I do for you?
In my mind, hey, I'm working here. No, I was not.
Oh, well, he's much faster than you, so that plan.
Goblin legs. In my head.
Tired goblin legs.
God, tired goblin legs.
The old man's like, goblin legs. No, I'm just kidding.
Excuse me, you've been around, so I'm hoping maybe you might be able to help me. It seems my oath of a friend has infringed on the sensibilities of Miss Giantsbane over there. As I
And he looks and he just he just laughs. He's like, "Oh, really?"
I was hoping you might be able to help me out. Maybe it won't. The negative feelings of that encounter won't last so long if she has a pleasant evening for the remainder of her time here tonight. So, if I were to slide you some extra gold, would you make sure she was taken care of with the best food and the best swill that you have? I'm aware that your selection is not the greatest.
What do you mean by that?
Ask for help and
He's like,
insult in the
"Listen."
same sentence.
How very elegant
I'll
of you.
do it.
I'm proud.
But just because I think it's going to be funny to see you try to buy her goodwill. And then he takes the money and then he starts laughing as he walks away.
I give him like 25 gold.
Well, Trin, you
Jeez.
don't have to catch him, but I do think it's a good idea if you come join us.
Do I feel like he's gonna follow through on that? Do I get the impression that he's
Make an insight
doesn't
check with disadvantage.
Or if you just pocketed a 25 tip.
Ooh, not very great.
Trin, your surface thoughts have been coming sort of all night. Who is Giantsbane and
12?
what happened?
12?
Yeah, I got authority.
I don't know. He seemed pretty genuinely entertained and happy by the proposition, so probably.
All right, so I already gave him my so now. Damn. Well, can't possibly get any worse as I go to follow Godric.
Oh, I beg to differ, friend. You should come. as my stubby dwarven, very similar to goblin-like legs, carry me out the door.
Alright. So,
Don't ask a drunk out. He'll be very fast.
After spilling all of our top secrets.
You made your saves.
That just means I'm conscious and have most of my motor functions in hand. Doesn't mean I'm not a
Just
little
means
bit
you
more.
think you do.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I'm not more open about everything. And more like,
man.
He thinks he's sprinting at top speed, but he's really like slow.
Baywatch, right?
Very slowly.
He's taking
Very.
like 5 wrong
The elbows
turns.
coming out.
Knocked
of his
over
pores.
some kind of vegetable cart. Probably cabbages.
My cat.
No, my cabbages, no. Where?
That's from the
where's
show.
this thing here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
I only just saw that this year.
fun fact. This
Really?
would not be
Show.
the first time that we on the show have exploded a cabbage cart.
It won't be the last time.
It won't be the
It
last.
won't be the
We
last.
had a one shot while I was watching Avatar on Netflix, so of course I had to play a Way of the
Oh, yeah,
Four
yeah.
Elements monk.
Yes.
I remember that.
Of course.
Yeah, last time we had a cabbage,
Isn't that when
cabbage
our,
cart, Phelan took a cartwheel to
Didn't
the chest.
one of the members of our party get turned into a ficus?
Yeah,
Wasn't that? Yeah.
that shit was great because his fear. He had a fear, like an unnatural fear of trees. He turned into a ficus, a potted plant,
That's great.
and he shit the bed.
He had an unnatural fear of
Titan?
trees. He was a druid.
Who?
Oh, I remember.
Titan.
I remember that.
Oh, we're talking
And
about
then-
something completely different.
And then,
We're
and
We're
then
talking about the one shot.
Yeah, this is one of our one.
The one that you DM'd with
Yeah.
the mimic boat.
yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
And then I
he drank the magic.
Oh yeah!
I was in the chat and I kept doing because someone got turned into a potted plant. And I kept doing
The wild magic.
Well, yeah, but I kept doing the hitchhiker's joke. Oh no, not again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just really good.
Yeah. If we knew what the plant meant, we would understand the universe a whole lot better.
It's so good.
So long and thanks for all the fish. So sad it had to come to this. We tried to warn you all,
That's
but
enough.
oh dear.
We gotta cut you off there.
Why? It's a
Terrible.
great song.
Listen,
Someone is out there going, "Be 1 second away, bro."
Nah.
we know
Nah.
the answer, but what's the question? How many
Actually, that's a
roads
lie.
was
Twitch
there?
now has it so now there's a robot that's like. Close enough.
I would take that as a compliment.
That's true. Yeah.
If you got flagged for a DMCA.
Yeah. Sign me for a record deal if
So-
you're gonna flab me for shit. You really think that I'm a threat? I'm a threat.
You sound just like the dolphins.
Yeah.
Just like
So they got them big Ripley brains,
What's
not
that
those
big thing
little
coming up at me?
smooth brains.
Call it the ground. Hello, ground.
Oh my
So big
God.
and round. Ground. Yeah, that's right. Ground.
Round.
Meanwhile, the potted plant.
Oh no, not again.
Yeah, it's a good. It's
Tavern.
a good one. It's a good one.
Where's the Fudge Loving Craze song? That
Yeah,
sounds
So-
you
more
gotta
like a
make a
jingle.
jingle.
Forward am I a sofa? Yes.
Okay, maybe if I would close that on myself over and over again. All right. There it is. So, the wizard.
Uh-oh.
Does he cast a spell?
Cleric. It's the wizard.
He
Does he have a monocle?
He sure doesn't. You know what he looks like. Don't give me that.
Well, if he doesn't have a monocle, he's not a wizard.
He looks.
Well, fair
Gandalf
enough,
doesn't have a
dude.
monocle.
You should tell. You should
Gandalf
tell him
doesn't
that.
He
He's not
looks
a wizard.
He
Trin
looks,
should totally tell him that.
he looks like a
Harry
cross.
Potter has 2 monocles.
Yep.
One for each eye.
Yeah.
Connected.
Yeah, connected by a little
Yeah,
thing in
this
the
is
middle.
tape.
Yeah.
Without a monocle, he's one step away from being a lumberjack.
What?
I don't.
Huh?
Sure.
What?
So,
It's a mystery.
this male wizard with his heavy black traveling clothes and large wide-brimmed hat with his feather, after casting the components for the counter spell, sees what's happening. It kind of takes a moment to just like look at what's happening. Looks at you very carefully for a moment. Looks at Locke. Looks at Katarina. And then turns to Bristol. Bristol, what did I tell you about picking fights with outsiders who come into the city? He kind of turns to Thane. What was I supposed to do? These are strangers, and they're here asking about my daughter, about Bridget. I don't know who these people are.
Thank you.
It's one you already got. Over almost 2 years ago.
Not this character.
Yeah, different characters. I wasn't here.
I'm not talking to you. You just sit there and be a lawbreaker. Lawmaster.
Ooh.
How you gonna be a lawmaster and break laws in areas?
Hypocrite.
He's a master of elven law.
I am the law.
Yeah.
But it took you all of what, 2 sessions before you broke the law?
So,
3, 2.
so Thane turns Bristol. Go back inside. I'll discuss this with these individuals, and then I'll come talk to you. So then he comes to you.
I'm not done with him.
Okay, Katarina, I need
He's
you to
definitely
keep a lid on
done
this.
with you all for the night, and he's in the state he's in, the fact that you came as complete strangers, are trying to talk to him about his daughter. There's a lot that's happened. He's not going to be in any kind of state where he's going to be willing to hear what any of you have to say. I've known the man for a long time. It's just the way he is.
Fine, be gone.
Godric, really, you can calm down. Everything's pretty fine.
No, still leaving you on red.
So now you can actually hear him getting closer. You can hear him yelling and screaming and rage. Rage! Lots of rage.
Trin, did you?
But it doesn't
you
seem like
really-
he's actually getting any closer at the moment.
Hey.
At least for the moment. So,
I'm gonna dust the dirt off of me from when the blacksmith threw me.
you're going to want a prestidigitation. That's not dirt.
It is a small town.
I hear the offense through the bond.
Well,
Listen, we'll go to my manor. We can talk. I can tell by looking at you what you're carrying, who you are, and I can see the way that magic is interacting with a few of you. You're not just here for some low-level petty nonsense, and you're not here to cause trouble, as far as I can tell. But there are laws, and we don't cast magic like this within city limits. So it's a broken law, but I'm not here to enforce it. I just happen to know that it was cast.
suggest you put up a sign, but I have a feeling no one in this damn town can read.
Sign's not necessary. We don't have a lot of outsiders.
I apologize. He hasn't interacted with non-elves.
This
much.
is my first non-elven town. Ever.
The dog is upset now.
They can
I just see a dog in the smithy just going.
Bork, bork.
they can keep it.
You might be new to customs, but this is the same anywhere you go. Right? No, can't be charming people, using off magic that would harm, destroy, or debilitate somebody in any way. It's just not allowed in civilized areas.
Civilized. As if you know what civilized is.
This is just a terrible misunderstanding. We only meant to help. Although I will admit we went about it poorly.
Godric, please.
Only support is in the fact that you just don't know Bristol and you don't know the history and what's happened recently. So it more or less is forgiven.
If we could talk, I would love to hear more about the circumstances.
All right. Follow me then. And so he pulls out from his pocket this interesting looking, kind of ornate key, and he just pops it into nothingness, turns it, and the door opens. And through the door you can see what looks like some sort of cozy little cottage on the other side. Shall we? After you.
I'll walk in.
Warforged.
Yeah.
You look partially distracted. And so what's happening?
Oh, sorry. Our friend, he's a big angry pile of muscles. I brought him here just in case things got a little out of hand. I'm trying to calm him down. We have a telepathic bond between all of us right now.
So how many of you are there?
There's 5.
Actually, 6. Please don't forget about my friend.
Right. But he's so invisible to me. He barely even counts as a person.
It's more like a walking back.
No metagaming.
Sorry. 6. There's 6 of us in the party.
I go through the portal.
Well, where are they? I don't have all night.
Trin, he was at the Blue Ferry, and Godric is screaming through the streets somewhere. Yeah, that noise, not some animal. Well, I mean,
8'5"
technically you're all animals,
mound
but
of muscles.
Just fucking moving.
He's gonna end up disrupting the town guard.
yes.
I'm gonna warn them.
Oh, don't. Please don't. I want to say no.
Actually, so I go back into my own head. Godric, if you come across any town guard, just move around them. It's not illegal to run through the streets. It is illegal to hit them. Okay?
Mentally, Godric, there's no fight here. We're all fine.
Also that.
Also, that the important
I guess
part just
since
tacked
the last
on at
thing
the
he
end.
heard was "uh-oh."
Yeah.
I was getting to it.
Godric doesn't hear anything. He's busy screaming.
It's in your head.
It's in
You
your
can't
head.
get
You
away.
can't get away from it.
Can't plug your ears from that one, man.
Yeah.
He does it all the time. Yeah. Godric goes, what?
Yes,
What
everything's
do you
fine.
mean?
Everything's fine. We're fine.
Why did you call for help?
Because I wasn't sure if we were going to be fine. But I did tell you to stay calm, get here quickly, right?
Yes, where am I?
He didn't call for help, you buffoon. He said, uh-oh.
You haven't known Locke as long as I have. That generally means he's close to death.
No. Okay, fair enough.
Then what?
All right. But what do you see? Describe your location.
Well, I see this house to my left. I see another house to my right. And,
Did you ever make it to the statue? You know the statue all you had to do was turn.
Yeah, I took a left at the statues.
No.
I took a left at the statues.
No. Go back to the statue.
Where are the statues?
All right. After he finds it, I would give him directions to things.
This is incredibly pedantic.
Godric's gonna make his way back to the statues.
Do we have to wait for him, or can we?
No, we don't have to wait for him.
Well,
I was
then-
wondering if you wanted to.
Never mind. You're back at the statue. Go back to the
Yes.
tower.
As you backtrack, you stumble upon Train trying to find you.
Oh.
Left.
I just pick him up and put him on my shoulder.
Godric, we gotta talk. You
Okay.
can't go back to the Blue Fairy Inn ever again.
I'm going back to the Blue Fairy.
No, you don't understand.
both of you
I know the
please.
date. I'm going back.
You don't understand. You will be murdered.
Oh,
By who and what army?
There are giant slayers there.
So
You
you
hear a-
go through the
Really?
door with
Yeah, I go through
Thing.
the door.
Locke, you never have my consent to cast the spell again. I want no part of this.
So as you go through the door, you actually find that the spell disconnects. You actually can't hear them anymore.
Oh, well, it's just the three of us now. I see in
No,
our head.
Sweet freedom.
So
Yeah,
wait, hey,
you two can't communicate
Lock.
anymore either.
Locke.
Oh no, dude, something
Ah.
happened to them.
So there's this like really nice looking like old lady on like batting a rug out the outside of her window, and she's just watching you talk to yourself. And after a moment, she very slowly closes the blinds, and then the light goes off on the inside.
They said they were fine. There's no fight. Fine, we're going back. And I
No,
make my
we're
way
not
back
going
to
back
Tilly's.
because I pulled his hair.
Try to like ratatouille him.
Yeah.
No. Godric
This way.
attempts to make his way back to Tilly's because he wants to go drink more if everyone's fine.
Sounds like an awesome idea.
Completely ignoring
My,
the
how
ripping
the
affair.
tables have turned.
My, how the
Turns have
turns
tabled.
tabled.
The turns have tabled for the last time.
Ever.
We're going back.
Ever.
No, express everything you said. Godric's like, I'm into all of this.
So, as you exit the magical kind of door one after another, you end up in this very cozy kind of, I guess, almost diminutive kind of just dwelling. There's furniture in the room, but it's all covered. It doesn't look like anybody has actually lived in here for who knows how long. There's cobwebs strewn about everywhere. The fireplace has never been cleaned, it looks like, ever in the history of existence. You basically are leaving footprints on the floor. The hardwood just creaks and stresses underneath the weight of you all in the room. It's dark until you hear the wizard speak like some sort of command word, and one at a time these candles kind of just turn on their own inside the room and light it. Everything is empty. There's frames where paintings should be, but there's no paintings in the actual frames. There's bookshelves, but there's no books on any of the shelves in there at all. So there is a staircase at the opposite side of the room that appears to go up to another level, but who knows? So Thane kind of walks over to this kind of larger couch and two of the chairs, and he kind of pulls off the covers, and all the dust goes up in the air, and he kind of just taps a couple of them, pats them. He's just like, we can talk here.
Point of order. I have not cleaned myself off, and I'm going to sit on the nicest piece of furniture.
All right.
Defiance.
In defiance. Nice. Real mature for an elf of your age.
How would you know what maturity is?
How long are elf children for? I can't remember.
100
Well,
years
It's a long time.
I imagine he doesn't deal with humiliation much.
I feel like you hit adulthood at like 250.
Anyways, so either way, would you like to explain yourselves? What brings you to this small town? People of adventurers of your obvious skill and power and knowledge.
Free will. We chose to be at this town, therefore we were. How is that any business
I'm
of
not
yours?
here for philosophical debate. Legitimate reasons. The sorcerers, please.
We truly are here to find Bristol's daughter, though apparently that is a sore subject.
For Bristol, yes, it is.
We
Is there any particular reason why you are, in fact, looking for her?
we had a vision of sorts of her, and we have reason to believe that she may be in trouble wherever she is. And we were just hoping to help.
Oh, well, it wouldn't surprise me if she is in trouble. She never really quite was happy with living this life in Greencrest, and
I wonder why.
she never wanted to stay here. Ever since the war with LeFay and the Dreadwraith and the slaying of the evil creatures and more or less the stabilizing of the Central Vale by the heroes whose statue adorns the square, she's been agitated, energized, just not able. I mean, she was already unwilling to just settle down and live a simple life like her father wanted her to begin with. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if she was upset or even in danger. That's what she was looking for. Adventure, thrills, a life outside of her family home.
Do you know where she might be, or where she headed when she left?
I didn't talk to her personally, but she said that she was off to find adventure. She headed east. That's all I know.
And is Bristol upset just because she left, or was there something
There was a
else?
falling out of sorts, apparently. Because she didn't just want to leave. She decided to take her younger brother with her as well.
I wonder why. He seems like such a nice man.
He's exceptionally loyal, just exceptionally protective as well.
And who is her brother?
Oh, the younger brother? That would be Marcus.
And is he a blacksmith as well?
I mean, realistically, they really all are. Her being older, though, she was more than likely would pick up the trade. They were supposed to run the business together after he retired. Obviously, that changes things with the both of them leaving. And he I don't know exactly what was said. This is just all secondhand, but they had a falling out. He was exceptionally upset because she can go and do what she wants, apparently, but dragging Marcus into it and out to be in danger was just a step too far, in his opinion, from what I understand. You can ask him yourself. You'll have to anyways if you plan on finding out where she is. Because while she might be kind of headstrong and spontaneous or adventurous, I'm sure she's written Bristol. But why are we looking for Bridget?
We are just hoping to help her because we believe that she may be in danger wherever she went.
If I believed in coincidence, I would assume that that's completely the truth. But there's obviously more context to that. Things in the world, especially involving magic, don't just move without rhyme or reason. If you were connected to her through the weave or through some other force, then it's obviously more important than it deciding you just need to protect this stranger that you would never have known existed. So
You don't
why are we
visit the
looking
temple
for her?
much, do you?
I've visited plenty of temples.
Your philosophy on life does not give room for acts of faith or contact from higher powers.
No, it exclusively involves the workings of higher powers, including the weave.
The context you seek will not be given.
It's fine. I don't need it. I'm just trying to help.
I believe all I can tell you is that we were hoping that if we could help her, she could help us in return.
It's just strange to have such powerful individuals looking for such a random and strange young lost woman in the world. There's so many of them. So there's obviously something working in the background. If you don't want to reveal it, that's fine.
Yeah.
But
Do you have no idea what's going on outside of Greencrest?
oh, I'm more than aware.
Then I feel you could put two and two together.
What I can put together is that you're here. It's a wizard, sorceress. I recognize your markings as a cleric and a law master.
I'm impressed.
I'm a studied circle mage. Excommunicated, but I spent years studying and learning and traveling between all the various circles. I understand well what's going on. This is a temporary home. It's not even really where I actually live. But it's been in my family's hands for generations at this point. I can put together that there is something greater happening around your connection to her. And it's not my business necessarily to intervene in any way other than just to look out for Bristol and look out for Bridget. But you seem to be on the up and up. And if you're here related to circle business or the business of greater mages or powers, then so be it.
We have reason to believe she can help us with coming conflict. That is as much as I am comfortable sharing at this point, though.
Would you like to know what's happening in this coming conflict? I can tell based on your accent and your demeanor that this is the first time, the furthest east that you have ever been in your life. Same with you. You not so much. Warforged don't wear the same way that organics humans do.
Well, she's a smith, and that was exactly what we've been looking for, and then we had a vision of her
Enough. No more.
in danger. We want to help her.
Again, I'm not going to intervene. But if you're heading further east, you should be aware of the things that are happening further east.
What things do you know of?
Well, I'm aware that the dragon reasonableness in the religion has spread through a multitude of small communities. I know that many of the Bravashan city-states are in the middle of an election, trying to find a new emperor, and it's caused a great deal of unrest and chaos amongst the competing individuals who wish to sit on that throne. They can't organize their armies, some refuse to participate, and Teutoburg is under occupation/invasion by mass quantities of hobgoblins, ogres, hired mercenaries, and they're having a hard time fighting it alone. I know that multiple dragons of various scale colors have been spotted flying in the skies. Ancient and strange malevolent evils have decided to come out from their hiding places in the far reaches of the Eastlands to all the way to the Magocracy. I know that Enoth has started its forges, that magic has been disturbing in the sky. The Lamenting Expanse is seeing a great deal of upheaval, and large quantities of Trollocs have been seen gathering on the outsides of the foil. And that no singular kingdom is really prepared for what's to come. Emrath is in total, I guess, subservience would be the correct word. They've been neutralized. They want no part in any coming conflict. And all attempts at negotiating them to anybody's side have failed. So these are things that I know.
So in a coming war with dragons, the Dragonborn have chosen not to take a side? That doesn't seem odd?
No, it seems absolutely odd.
Well, we hope to be able to aid in these conflicts, and that starts with gaining Bristol's trust, I believe. Do you know how I might do that? It seems being in this small town, I may be the only one of our group that he's willing to talk to.
Perhaps there's a different method we could go about. With an article of hers of some sort, I could divine where she is and we could circumvent Bristol altogether.
If that is the path we want to take, that may still require going into Bristol's home.
We have a goblin for that.
I do believe it's important to explain that he might not understand this because the elves from where he's from are been so far removed from everybody else for so long that while you could attempt to do that, I don't really think it's necessary to explain in detail what would happen to your goblin friend if he's caught breaking into somebody else's home here.
So we'd be beholden to the local laws.
Yes.
That's ludicrous. I don't understand. We're trying to protect them.
They don't know that. Simple people in simple lands that have no connections to any of the major kingdoms or people that you would be involved with. They don't know who you are, and they have no reason to trust you. You are complete and total outsiders, but more importantly, you honestly just pissed Bristol off.
Well, the feeling's mutual. We don't have time to play hearts and minds at every village we go to.
But not playing that game doesn't get us anywhere either.
Fair point. Locke? Do you have an opinion?
Oh, a few. The blacksmith is not important. And if we can do it without him, fine. But it seems to me it'd be easier if we did it with him. I have a feeling he just doesn't like anybody. I don't know how to appeal to him, but the goblin can be charming. Maybe he'll surprise us. And if not, we have her name. We suspect where she is, at the very least. Might be enough.
It might be. What was your name?
Thane.
Thane. This is Locke. Katerina. I am Ulthion.
So we do understand manners then. Approach Bristol with a different tact. Don't approach the man late in the evening, make demands, or question him or question his protective nature over his daughter. Especially once they've had an estranged splitting. And please, just don't cast any more magic in the city limits.
Your human splaining has made an impact, thank you. Can we leave now?
I understand the elf's disregard and wish to his where he comes from I understand. But what he doesn't understand is that while he is on Gwinnett, when he's far from home, when there isn't an ally that he could rely on for thousands of miles, the circles are the law, regardless of whether you wanted one or not. And the circles have decreed these laws in these lands. I expect better from a lawmaster. You understand?
I am a master of the laws that are important, the traditions that need to be carried on. You yourself are excommunicated. I don't need a lecture from you.
It's not a lecture. It's just a piece of advice.
Unfortunately, if we want information from someone, it may be important to play by their rules.
I'll play by your rules.
That's all I'm saying. Just some tact and some understanding. You're complete strangers. They're not used to people coming here like this.
Well, I guess our best option may be to try again during daylight hours.
I still have to speak with Bristol. I will help and do the best that I can. I will assure him that you don't mean him any direct harm. Just don't allude to the idea that his daughter isn't in any danger either. You'll have to find a way around that.
Well, we appreciate your help.
We do.
And we also appreciate not being prosecuted for wrongdoings.
Yes, I'm sure they'd have a jail that could hold us.
Well, still, thank you for being reasonable, assessing the situation. There's a lot more conflict. Hopefully the Shattered Coast can stay a little more stable since we left it. But who knows if they can pull anything together in time.
Stable is a hope.
Thane, what is your plan when the war comes to Greencrest?
To do what I've always done. To defend it to the best of my ability. I did so against LaFay and her undead and the Wild Hunt, and I'll do so again against the dragons.
Dragons are a far bit scarier than undead, but
I do forget that the magical barriers that protect Eriador keep you all ignorant to the power of the Formless One, to Hecate, and to the Wild Hunt. And let's hope that those barriers hold true for the thousands of years that they have.
All that we have left.
Either way, I'll speak to Bristol after I transport you from here back to where I picked you up. Suggest you find a place to stay for the night. If you're already staying at the Blue Fairy Inn, just stay there. Tilly is inquisitive, but she means no harm. She was an adventurer as well, much like yourselves. She'll understand. Just tell her so. And then he stands up from his seat, takes the key once again, sticks it into the ethereal, and it opens up, and there's the street just how you left it. Minus the blacksmith standing there. And no Godric, obviously.
It's getting pretty late too, right?
Yeah, it's dark at this point. Mm-hmm.
Locke, if you don't mind, I don't possess this prestidigitation he was speaking of.
Oh, well, of course. I just start kind of wiping it away.
With your hand.
Yeah. First I brush you off.
You have a shake hand now.
So he kind of takes off his hat for a minute, kind of brushes it, puts it back on. I'll speak to Bristol. If you don't mind, kind of just leads.
Yeah, I step out.
Is the connection reestablished?
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Relax. Any last questions or anything before you guys leave the room? Anything?
Good to go.
It's late, so
Mhm.
we should talk again tomorrow when it's not quite so strange. Try and,
If I happen to be home, sure.
well, I would like to. Up to you. You know how to find us.
Sure. I know how to find you.
And then I walk out.
Back
Alright.
to the inn then.
So,
Yeah, I think so.
as you leave, the door disappears behind you, leaving not a trace, but the faint shimmering of a disturbance in magic before receding completely back to normal.
Oh, Theo. So I'm cleaning you up with the spell. I understand that things were difficult for you earlier. But, you know, adventuring life isn't kind. Humiliation and pain are. You'll be getting a lot more of it the further we go.
I am not some petty adventurer. I am a law master of the Seldarine.
Not really anymore. And that the further east we get, the less that means anything. They have different rules.
Damn the rules.
That's hilariously ironic coming from a lawmaster. I thought you loved rules.
I love my rules.
I also love rules, and I think Thane will agree with me and say that the rules of the weave and all of that kind of trump the rest of it. But try as I might, explaining that vibrating this thread of the weave and doing that will cause this. You shouldn't do it. They don't really care when you're in a human town and they've never met you. And all I'm trying to say is one person's rules doesn't matter if they don't have any context.
Well, my anger has abated. I'll live. Sooner we get out of Greencrest, the better, though.
Yes. Oh yeah. Speaking of, do they reconnect?
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, how long does it even last?
I don't know.
think it's like an hour.
It hasn't been an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, depends if we go back to the tavern or not.
So,
It's only 1 hour.
we cut back to the two of you.
You receive a message. Everything's fine.
We cut back to you two. few minutes later, walking down the street as Trin is tugging on you and trying to explain to you something very important.
I've heard.
And we will get to that as soon as we're back from break.
Oh! That's okay, buddy.
Just broke his will.
Good. Good.
We're at-
All right, so Godric is on one-track mind as you kind of sit on him and you walk the
Your
streets,
name is Jesus.
and he's just, being his normal Goliath self.
Friend, why are you pulling my hair? I'm going back to the tavern we paid for beds.
I told you there's that lady that kills giants.
What does that have to do with me? You're not telling me the
Do
story.
you see how big you are? You pushed her over. You started a fight when you ran out like that.
Oh. Then I'm going back there to apologize. I'm not
Apparently
a
she
dick.
holds grudges and it doesn't go well.
And then I will apologize.
The folks in the tavern said you should try and avoid her at all costs.
I'm not a coward. I'm going to go apologize.
It's not about being a coward. It's about avoiding danger.
It sounds like you're being a coward.
No, it's tact. Remember how we talked about tact? Come on, Godric.
No, I remember you calling me a liar. And I resisted the urge to punt you.
There was a reason for that. A good
Go for it.
reason. You can't just tell everyone what we're up to. It's gonna cause trouble. You're gonna draw attention.
What are they going to do? Fight me?
They might. It's gonna
Great.
be really hard.
Great.
No, that's not great. Godric, one of these days you're gonna cross someone and you're gonna learn a lesson. I'm just trying to protect you.
I have crossed people before. They
One
tried
of
to kill
these
me.
days, like today,
Well-
on a night just like tonight.
We're back. Try not to cast any magic in this town.
I already did.
What happened?
All right. Well, try not to cast anything dangerous or mind altering, especially the mind altering.
What did you do? What did you find out?
We'll talk about it more in person.
All right. I'm unfortunately a little sober now from the running.
Oh, good.
Well, you know what, Godric? I'm just gonna wait out.
That was a lot of sprinting.
I'm gonna wait out here and cheer you
I don't think Mike's done
on.
enough drinking. I don't think he knows how it works.
Godric's under the illusion he feels better, right? The illusion.
I don't know what I can say to persuade you
Disillusioned
not to
fool.
do this.
I'm going to go apologize. If she's really that upset, we'll go somewhere else.
I don't think it's a good idea. Let him go. I don't think this mind altering stuff's gonna work out very well.
No.
I'm not prepared.
All right.
I'm too tired.
It's still weird not being a person.
Well,
Yeah, Godric goes to the tavern. What? He's going to the tavern? Now to apologize to somebody. Because he realized he ran someone over, and that's rude. Locke has taught him better.
We'll see.
But you don't trust Locke.
This is the previous Locke before he became evil.
Jesus.
Evil Doc.
I'm just fucking with you.
when are you gonna let that go?
Before you
God,
get
me?
there,
I've already let go.
I heard that.
You gotta work on that.
It's his evil twin brother Rock.
before
Godric's
he
been
gets there,
betrayed. He needs to warm back up to it. Give him,
All right.
give
So
him a
as you're approaching, you come around the corner. The blue fairy is starting to come into line of sight. So what are we doing?
I slide down off him and then I kick him in the leg.
Do
Go,
you-
drink.
Like, are you making an attack roll, or are you just like
I'm
getting his attention?
Yeah, I'm just like getting his attention.
What?
Mhm.
This is your last chance. Once you go in there, I won't be able to stop whatever might happen.
I'm going in there to apologize to someone I ran over like a dick and then go to bed.
Apparently, she doesn't have a very good demeanor. I don't think she's going to be really receptive. She's kind of
What
a
does the-
high stature. Think of her like a very strong elf. Snobby and not really caring what you think because you've already crossed her.
Sounds like a personal problem for her.
Like a real elf.
But she could make it a personal problem for you because she slays giants for fun.
It sounds like a challenge.
Godric, not everything is a challenge.
And that is what you are wrong.
We have other things to be worrying about, not your ego.
If I go in here and I happen to die, apparently it was my day to die. Like a bitch.
Fine then, be that way. As I I wash my hands of this.
I was just relatively confused. Still trying to think about some of the words that Trent said because they were rather big. You still wonder what demeanor means.
Demeanor to nicer.
Huh?
Demeanor to nicer. You said you were demeanor. I'm hoping you're going to be the nicer.
I hate you.
I barely even know her.
Oh
Did
my
you catch that? I did that in one
I
shot.
caught it.
Okay. I was hoping you would.
I did.
I exercised the power of God. It was like time out.
Time out.
Yeah,
It's a good joke.
No, it's not.
Godric, you're in the scene. Do what you're going to do.
Godric walks in and actually, first thing he does, he looks at the door to see if it's been broken. He's like, did I break this?
Foolish Godric. You go everything's a challenge. I better get himself killed.
What do you mean killed?
Yes, everyone hears it now.
What?
Godric's about to encounter a giant slayer that he pushed over, and she's very, very, she has a bad demeanor. She holds grudges. And he thinks it's a challenge.
He's so bad. Describing everything.
Oh.
Oh no, there he goes.
I look at the door to see.
Well, if Locke hears it, that means everybody
Yeah.
hears it then.
Yeah.
Has he tried apologizing? She might be reasonable.
Everybody else in town has been reasonable.
Thank you. I'm going to apologize like a normal person.
I
Locke
asked-
told me. Locke has taught me how to
I
be.
asked the townsfolk,
Nice.
and they said apologies wouldn't work, and that she would totally just chop his house down. I don't know what that means, but it sounds very bad.
Maybe we could wait a moment, huddle up, and discuss what we've learned, and
No,
go
he's
from there.
already in. He's already in.
That's fine. He doesn't need to be part of this discussion anyway.
Okay.
You
It's
know-
not my fault. For the record, it's not my fault.
Is it just
Whatever
me?
happens.
Is it just me or does the elf sound sassier than normal?
A little. Hey, I will take responsibility. I riled him up. I knew he was drinking. I should have known better.
Are you talking about the elf or me?
No, I'm talking about you.
I did.
I'm talking about Godric.
Stop.
That's you, big boy.
Yeah, I know, but I just talked about you, and then he responded with an answer for me. It was confusing. I can't see anybody, so I don't know who he's looking at.
I think we're all recognizing that in this particular instance, you're the problem.
How am I the problem?
Why don't you come to me and we can talk about it?
I have to apologize to somebody first.
I bet you couldn't beat me in an arm wrestling match. I'll put 5 gold on it right now.
You got him.
But you're like not a challenge. Why would I do that?
I thought everything was a challenge.
Only when it's worthy.
Wait.
Beat them something you're good at, like a spelling bee.
I could beat him in an arm wrestling match.
He's a cleric.
says-
He might have pretty high strength. You never know.
Just one shy of enough to wear heavy armor.
I didn't even remember that.
That's true.
Well, if you want to run away from a challenge, then that's on you. We're going to go ahead and discuss what we do next. You know, where the dragons are, that sort of thing.
I was waiting for you to tell me, like, did you find the girl? What's going on?
How about you meet us at the statues?
God.
Yeah.
I know, I'm already at the tavern. You want me to go all the way back?
We have to walk all the way to the statues.
Walk all the way to the tavern. This is where we have rooms. We can talk in the rooms in private.
Hey,
I
Trent,
don't
this
want to go into your room.
problem, should we just move to another tavern?
Yes.
What is with everybody? What is going on?
Well, we don't want to. We made a scene already, and we don't want to cause any more. If this woman is going to be an issue, let's avoid it. You're assuming that your apology is going to go perfectly fine, which.
If it doesn't, I'm going to go to bed.
What if. Oh, I just. It's so I'm surprised my messages can get through. Sometimes it's so thick.
I swear to God, first Trin starts lying, Elf, don't shut the fuck up. Locke, you are making ass remarks. Everybody shut the fuck up.
I can't. It's in your head. You can't get away.
I'm so tired.
The irony
My goblin
of what
legs
was
are so
just said.
slow.
Look, I can't stop you, obviously. I'm just saying, why push the issue
Because you're the one who taught me for 2 years to apologize.
Yeah, well, I did, but Trin is saying the apology might cause more problems, so...
I think we all just may need a good night's rest.
The statues are really far away.
God,
You just
walks
made it
in
back.
At this point, he's very tired.
Does he?
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I was just trying to make everyone calm down.
What'd you say?
I think we all just need a good night's rest. Let's go to the rooms we paid for and just sleep for the night.
All right.
That was my plan.
I don't think that's a good idea.
We carry on.
All right.
You just let me know if that hour passes and the spell ends.
You're an hour.
Fuck. What do I do with that?
Whatever you can fit into
Contemplate, for sure.
Yeah.
It's deep and meaningful. You should really think about it.
You know
Start
what?
learning a new hobby.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Like, I don't know, like maybe woodworking, like tables specifically.
Oh, shade. Fuck.
Well, that's one
All
of those other things.
So, what's his face?
Godric's gonna take a deep breath.
The Cat 5.
Himself a little bit.
The Cat 5 of absolute chaos. Yeah, you walk through the door and find it more or less the same as you left it. Everybody's having a really good time. Why is this the only one that's like not working?
It would be a shame if a murderer
Alex,
chance.
did you describe her to me at all?
Not really.
All right, just want to make sure.
I didn't get a chance.
Just yanking in my hair for like 10 minutes.
No.
I was more focused on getting you to not go. My intention was for you to never encounter her, not find her.
Good point.
She's incredibly dangerous, but if you want to know exactly where she's at,
So they've
she's
moved
good.
past pulling the ox and everything, put it away, and everybody's kind of on to just doing their own thing. So a bunch of different card games going on, like gambling, and excitement just kind of happening in the various corners of the tavern.
I'm gonna look around, do a perception check to see if I can see anyone who I feel like can slay giants. Look for some of the big ass weapon. That's what I'm looking for.
Do an investigation check.
Investigation. Sorry. No. No. All of the no's.
What'd you roll?
Natural one.
No.
So no.
But what's the bonus?
1.
Awesome.
I think. I actually don't know about investigation.
So really what happens...
Yeah, definitely 1.
So you start looking around, and then it does occur to you that you had quite a bit to drink, and you kind of just think about what Katarina said, and it might take you longer than you might want to just run through everybody in this 2-story alehouse.
Fine. He's gonna walk to the left up the stairs.
So you look behind you towards the door, and you see Trin just...
Yes, that is exactly
Trin.
what I would be doing.
Trin, where is she? What does she look like?
I scanned the room.
Make an investigation check.
I will investigate
With advantage, because you already know what she looks like.
because I know what she looks like. Woo! Needed that advantage. Oh, look at me! I'm so smart. My king goblin eyes. Investigation plus 20.
Damn.
With my king goblin
Those
eyes.
some peepers.
All the better to see you with, my dear.
So I mean, you see
That's
her
from
in
the
there.
Fable.
Her back is facing the entrance, and so therefore Godric would be looking at her from the rear, and she seems to be having a conversation with a couple of individuals in the back corner of the tavern on the first story. They seem to be minding their own business, but
So before I tell you, I can't convince you not to try and apologize.
I just want to go up and say sorry. If she wants to fight me, I will walk away. If that makes you happy.
If I tell you, it's on you what you do with the information.
It works for me.
She's right there.
Shaking. I'm gonna go to where he's pointing. Do I see the table he's pointing at?
I mean, he's pointing in an especially broad direction. He said over there. There's a lot of people over there.
And
So there's at least 8 people over there.
I see like 8 people over there. What did they look like? You said there was a her?
Yes, it's a her. She has broad shoulders, red armor. You can see her standing there next to the elf. I think that's her servant or something.
I will then now approach.
Okay.
But I won't like interrupt their talking. I'll just like stand there and wait to be acknowledged.
Heavy breathing behind them.
Still got blood in your mouth from some rage earlier in the week.
I told him where she was.
That's what everyone hears over the phone.
Okay.
The spell ends right after he says that.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That has never been happier.
Just stop in the middle of the street and go, huh.
You think Matt's happy?
So- Your heavy steps are hard to miss as you kind of just walk and go over there. A whole bunch of people, you hear a whole bunch of chairs just skid and people move out of the way.
I'm trying not to be rude this time and run people over.
Okay. I will consider that.
Thank you.
Freight train.
So, trying to define what would be close and defined as personal space for someone of your size.
Solid written 5 by 5.
Yeah,
I'm 5 feet away. I'm standing 5 feet back.
Yeah. So you walk up and it gets pretty quiet, uncomfortably so. And the few people who are on the opposite side of the table looking at you kind of look past you, and then they look at each other, and they say something to one another with their mouths covered. And then one of the individuals who was, it looks like it was the same merchants that you saw on the top floor earlier. He's like, I think that we will excuse ourselves for the evening. I think you have a visitor, Dahlia. And they kind of get up and just very, very politely shimmy out from the back and kind of move around and then just kind of like look down at the floor and walk by. And so, compared to you, like, this is a diminutive human being at best. Like, compared to someone how fucking huge you are. But you've never seen someone turn and meet your gaze directly eye to eye with the kind of confidence that somebody like her. She spins and immediately looks you in the eye and looks just straight through you. What do you want?
I wanted to apologize.
For what? What do you want to apologize for?
I ran into you earlier.
No, you ran into the door, which then hit me. If you had run through me, we'd be having a different conversation.
Either way, I'm sorry. I had a friend of mine called for my aid in my head, magic, and I panicked. So I apologize. I did not mean to hit you with the door.
Fine.
Good. I didn't want what is the word you call it? Ill will. I felt bad. But
Fine, we'll call it good.
perfect. Thank you. And have a good night. One thing. Your staring ability, great. You look like a very impressive fighter.
All right. If you say so.
Connors nods his head. I believe I've had a couple too many drinks tonight. I will be heading to bed. Again, I apologize for my rudeness.
Fine. I understand.
Connors returns, looks around,
Learn to take yes for an answer.
and heads back to bed.
So as you turn and walk away, wait, Cimmerian.
I turn back. Yes.
As you turn around, you catch a right cross.
You know what? I deserve that one, and that was a nice punch.
I believe the score is even.
That would make it even. It's been some time since someone's given me a proper Sumerian greeting. Thank you.
Don't make me give you a Cimmerian goodbye.
I like you already. Let me buy you a drink sometime.
I'm busy.
Ed, I guess I'm busy too, dentering and shit.
So as you turn and walk away from that, you realize everybody's watching.
Yeah.
Everybody's watching. The few people who could were hiding behind the bar. And then after it's apparent that she and you are letting whatever transpired go, the mood lightens again and everybody goes back to doing what they're supposed to be doing. So as you guys kind of come down the street to the end of the Blue Ferry, you see Trin outside just...
As you notice, my disguised self starting to fail as the spell starts to expire. One of my dwarven ears is now a goblin ear, and my hair is half dwarven braided and half greasy goblin.
It's fucking great.
Your spell's wearing off.
Oh no! Oops. I was trying to cast it again, because I don't want to get caught.
Should have left it. They're going to treat you poorly regardless.
Actually, I've been treated with quite the respect that I deserve. And there have been a few kind patrons that gave me some additional information. Nothing relevant to use, but I'm very tired.
Godric heads to the front door to grab Trin and let him know all went well.
Well, he was watching, so...
Oh, that's true.
Well,
You walk to the front door, though?
Yeah.
this place isn't.
So then you see the broad, commanding figure of Godric block all the light coming from the open door that Trin's peeking through.
All went well. She accepted my apology and gave me a Sumerian hello.
All right.
I'm glad I was wrong.
Me too.
She has a really good right cross.
She struck you
Yeah. It's the Sumerian hello.
in front of everyone.
100%.
So she bullied you.
Don't.
Shit, sir. Shit, sir.
No, I hit her with a door and she almost fell and she hit me. It's fair.
Is she bleeding?
I don't know. It's been time
I
before she
nudge Theon. I know this isn't faux pas. Stop it.
In Sumeria, that was a hello. So, goodbye is generally involved with a weapon or sword in the chest.
Well, I'll see if I can buy them a drink later.
Man, she seems busy.
For you.
I'm an attractive elf.
That's true.
Get fucked.
That's true, though. Who pissed in your ale?
Well, you did. The incessant brain talking didn't help.
That's him, not me.
I am turning in for the night. I'm gonna go in and go upstairs and go to bed.
As she walks away, Godric's to go, I'm gonna follow her because I don't know where the rooms are.
As Katarina's just like, I'm tired, and just leaves, you actually see like the bar patron kind of spin, and he's like watching her, and he spins a little bit too hard and just falls off the chair. Bam, and then the couple of guys nearby just start laughing at him. And their little cloak and just goes upstairs and dress sweeps and just like off to the rooms. So Locke, your battery getting low? Like 2%?
That's not really how it works, but sure.
Bro, she
You're not in charge of how
she
it
just
works.
called you a name. You don't talk to me like that.
She's like, I'll call you names. What do you want? The doggo's upset. Apparently she didn't agree with the joke about the battery getting low.
Yeah, so I will head upstairs as well.
You're getting punked out by a dog, and it's great.
She is bullying him.
Bully. Why you bully? Why you bully?
You bully. Don't be a bully.
They give her treats.
That's why.
That's a
That's
mistake,
why.
yeah.
She wants
You
more
show-
treats.
You showed weakness, and she's taking advantage of it.
Be nice. Either be nice or go to bed. One or the other. Don't give me that look.
Her ears tucked in. She's like, oh.
That is one sad face.
Broke her.
Yeah, I'll follow up to the rooms.
Okay.
Lock, take me to bed.
Yeah, I grab him by the wrist and just start dragging him along.
I'm gonna go outside where it's quiet. And
Outside is for sure where quiet
well,
is.
quieter at least.
It's quiet outside. So what are we doing?
I'm going to focus on my wife, Aethwyn, and I'm going to cast the sending spell.
Fancy.
Look at this cleric.
What do they do?
With his magic.
What the fuck?
Well, that's 3 words.
I thought it was just the people in Greencrest that were treating me like crap.
They're an extension of me.
Hello, love. I just wanted to let you know that I am moving forward with our plan. I've met some rather unique individuals, and I shall contact you again in a few days.
All right.
So, then I'll go back in the tavern and go to bed. Not really worried about a response. I don't know when it'll come. So.
Okay. What?
Nothing. Just waiting for the other shoe.
Trin, this is your room.
It doesn't feel like home.
Do you even have a home? All we've ever done together is travel.
Ouch! Your words, they slash me. Like
I
cold,
like
deep
tired
cutting
Trin.
knives.
Can I cast deafness on myself so that I can go to sleep?
Melodramatic goblin in the hallway.
A very confused Locke. This is your room.
But it doesn't feel like home.
What doesn't? Get in the bed. I push him in.
I miss Sartram. As I like grab a blankie and I start like cuddling up to it all tired. Sartram.
So, does anybody have anything they want to do before they pass the night? The evening? Night? Evening, night? I don't know. Whatever it is. Whatever time it is.
I forgot whose room I'm sharing.
I thought you were in the room with me and Locke.
I'm going to just go to Trin's room because I don't want to be anywhere near the loud barbarian who is also drunk.
I'm 100% sure that basically we agreed that it was 3 rooms. You and Burp had a room.
Oh,
Those 3 are sharing a room. Katarina gets her own room.
Yeah.
that's right.
You're right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But when you arrive in your room, Burp is doing exactly what you probably guessed he was just sleeping.
Yeah. He sleeps a lot.
Snoring in the room.
It's rhythmic, though. I'm used
Yeah.
to his snoring.
White noise machine.
Wow.
Disgusting white noise machine.
During my rest phase, I want to. Yeah,
What are we playing Warhammer? During my rest phase, I would like
That's
to activate
basically-
this trap card.
basically what it is. I don't go unconscious. I just sit there for 6 hours. Yeah, I want to.
Just seems like this.
Do you ever like randomly update when that goes on, and then when you reload,
That's exactly what
all
I'm
your
doing right
files
now.
are
I'm-
missing?
I'm reloading some files about that vision that the other 2 Warforged showed me.
What did we-
Careful, that's
what did
how
we
you
say the
corrupt
Windows
your
update?
System,
Yeah, well,
Not today.
Well, remember when you get updated, Cortana turns back on, so you gotta go turn that.
that
bitch
is really annoying.
Can we get an emotional?
It's something that you and
upgrade?
Master Chief have in common.
Turning on Cortana?
Oh.
Yeah.
Not even
Weird.
Listen, I
weird.
played the 4th one.
That's weird. Oh, okay.
That's
Sorry.
That's fair. No, when you hit 5, that's when you say you're sorry.
Whatever. 4 is
Yeah.
pretty bad, too.
That's bad.
Anyways, we can talk about all day about fucking how terrible Halo has become, but right now we're talking about visions, vision quests, and cool stuff.
I just want to go over the vision that they showed me and see if I can make out any more detail that I wasn't able to before. Mostly focusing on the creatures that were killing the humans and destroying Warforged around them.
Remember.
That's the idea, Trim. Get
Well,
out of my
place.
room.
No. Way back machine.
Yeah.
How much drinking did Trin do?
No,
He faked it. I don't have to get
He just
drunk
gets
or use
loopy
drugs
when
to
he's
get high
tired.
on life.
he's just loopy when he's tired. He needs his nap time. All right, yeah, that's what I do. If
Okay.
There's a role associated. That's up to you, boss.
I have 2 roles associated with it just now.
Neat.
All right, we'll find out.
Okay. Yeah, it's been 6 hours. Just kind of
Back to you, Ollie.
over and over.
See?
He's dreaming.
They're sleeping.
Thanks, Ollie.
Katarina, anything to do before you fall asleep?
God, we're stupid.
No. Your Hound of Ill Omen lays by the door.
That's right. Not actually sleeping alone, are you?
Never really.
Oh, for sure.
I don't want to be, but I'm comforted by it.
Oh God!
Yes, lean in. Keep going.
Uh,
Let's turn to the dark side. Locks on your side.
I told you! I told you!
Lucian will be sending you guys an email.
Yes.
Do you guys want to join my business?
Super Villains Incorporated is dedicated to.
Accommodation.
This sounds a lot like a pyramid scheme. No, it is.
Do you want to be your own boss?
I would love to be.
Is a Sararak at the top of the pyramid?
Yeah. Well, you see, you have 2 legs of minions, and on your long leg, you know, you get like 20%, but on the short leg, you get like 50% of whatever they steal.
Sounds like a thieves guild. Cool. glad we worked that one out. All right, so you all sleep, except for Locke because he's weird, and except for the elf because the elf is also weird.
Mm-hmm.
Then the night passes without incident. Nothing extraordinary out of place happens, and you wake up the next day. The morning shining, the sounds of birds, and awakening to the sounds of carts, and the beginning of the business day in Greencrest. So, what's first?
Burp.
So he's awake and he's rifling through his stuff, and he has Misha, and he's kind of like sitting there with her on his lap, and he's like trying to dig through his pack, Oh, Dion, yes.
You know that trick you do so you can ride on my shoulder?
Yes.
If you want to leave this room, I heavily suggest that's what you do. This is not a very friendly town. It's up to you.
Burrup
though.
thinks he'll stay in here with Misha then.
Oh, I wish I could do the same. Would you like something for breakfast other than bread?
No, I'll be fine.
Okay.
So much hair. My God.
Well,
another dog.
I'm hoping we don't stay here too much longer. But if we do, do you have any money on you at all?
Yes.
Oh,
I have money. And he kind of just cinches the backpack closed.
It's yours. I don't want any of it.
Yes, it's mine. Pushes it under the bed.
Oh. Well, either way, if you need anything, send Misha.
All right, I'll stay here with her though.
All right.
We'll watch the room. I'll watch your stuff.
Sorry, the dog got excited.
Earthquake. Dogquake.
She looks like she wants to go outside.
That's right.
Besides that, she's just outright hungry.
Oh, I can beat you.
So-
I mean, if she finished what she had left over from last night, then we should try the rest of feeding her again. Anyways, so Burrup staying in the room with his fox companion Misha. We'll get back to you later. What's Katerina doing?
I'll head downstairs and just order like some tea and just wait for everybody else to wake up.
So they're pretty accommodating. You get what you're pretty sure is tea. And it's a little bitter. That's an understatement. It's a lot fucking bitter.
They burned the shit out of that. Too.
Yeah, they burn the crap out of it. Yep.
I'll press to digitize it to make it taste better.
Press to digitize. Press to digitize. That's how we say it now.
Press to digitize.
Yep.
Where's
Press to
her feet at?
digitize.
Because this looks like cat feet.
It's not.
Oh.
Trin.
Sasha's like, I know, right?
Okay, wakes up. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. As I cast disguise self to make myself look like a dwarf again. Oh, I'm so hungry. I'm so hungry. Ooh, I could eat a whole dwarven mountain. Ooh. As I start trying to get into character.
He's like in front of the mirror.
Happy?
Whoa!
Yeah.
Look! Do these blades look authentic?
Yeah.
Pretty close, pretty good.
Yeah. Looks like hair on a chin. You did it.
You don't know very many dwarves, do you?
I've seen many dwarves.
Good enough for me! So I go to the door and I start heading downstairs. Trying to like step heavy like a dwarf.
Alright. You weren't really able to like find out anymore based on it. The memory is actually fairly kind of elusive, and because of the way it's working, you're actually starting to develop a theory about like dreams and kind of trying to understand this concept that the organics go through when it comes to dreaming. You know, they always describe them to you as like, oh, I forget, like once I wake up in the morning, and it's never made any sense. How do you just forget stuff like that? But this memory and the way that you're connected to the other Warforged, it seems very difficult to just like stabilize an image, a cohesive image, an idea,
elusive.
and replaying it. Yeah, it's elusive.
That's frustrating.
I bet. PC man, that bad.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
So I just kind of waited for after Trin woke up and kind of pulled me out of my daze. I will walk down to breakfast with him. I don't know. What was Godric doing again? Did we not get to that yet?
He hasn't got to me yet. He skipped me.
Well,
She came back and murdered me in my sleep.
Trin and I walk out just before Godric wakes, sleeping it off.
Okay.
That dwarven constitution. I don't even have a hangover.
Why are you doing that?
I'm trying to sell it.
You're drawing attention to yourself. Just walk around.
I'm so strong. The dwarven strength. It's the strength of my clan.
So, Godric, you wake up just fine. I just wanted to watch you sweat.
That's right.
That's very nice food. Way
But
to
then
go.
immediately you're better.
You did it.
Let's go get breakfast.
Okay. So, Katarina's downstairs, drinking tea, digitizing her tea with every drink. Meanwhile, I guess the rest of you are eating as well, huh?
I'll have some better gumbo if you have any on the menu. Some good old-fashioned gruel.
Yeah, no
I come
problem.
from a very conservative clan.
No
Waste
problem.
not, want not.
I'll stick to bread and salad if they have any.
Hailstones don't eat salads, silly boy.
Well,
Get it on. That's my clan name.
I'm not a hailstone. Oh,
It's
yes.
my cover.
That's right.
Well, only if you
Right.
don't yell that out.
My
Across
good
the
friend
table.
Glob
Yeah,
Hillstone.
totally.
That's your name. We've known each other for a while now.
That wasn't your name, was it? I nudge him.
You know that's not my name. My name's Terrowyn Hailstone.
So they serve you basically some of the leftover stew
It's
from last
Glob.
night. And then there's servings of bread and some cheese,
Ooh, I'll eat
some
cheese.
bratwurst, and like a basically lamb as well. And
Silly
that's
elves, they have no taste for nicknames.
We also don't have any taste for bratwurst. We're all vegetarian, you know. We only eat meat once a year. We pull an ox in, much like the one that was here earlier, and we skin it to the bone and eat every last piece of it. That's probably true.
somewhere.
Does it take a bite out of a bratwurst?
I feel like he'd be trying to mislead me.
So the tavern is pretty much empty. You haven't seen Tilly yet this morning, and as soon as they serve you, the serving staff kind of just goes back to basically minding their own business and cleaning dishes in the back. Out of sight, out of mind.
Well then, now that we're here and we're all arrested, what is the plan? What happened?
Well, Bristol's an ass. And we are waiting to hear back from the guardian of this town. An annoying wizard by the name of Thane.
I found it pleasant.
Well, he was more pleasant than the rest, I suppose.
Honestly, as far as wizards go, right up there with some of them. I mean, barely talk down to us at all.
That was he a nice one?
Nice might be a stretch, but accommodating.
So how did you end up meeting the guardian of the town? What did you do? Did you cast magic at Gimlock? You should know better.
Well, what are you talking about? Never mind.
We have traveled far too long. You know the rules.
Yes, I cast a spell and he
Is-
was upset about it.
The rules are arbitrary. They've both been casting spells since we got here.
I think
It's because the elf cast a spell.
that seems a little disingenuous.
Yeah.
I agree. It's very disingenuous for them to be doing so.
Fair enough. Regardless of what happened specifically, the point is, Thane gave us some information that the conflicts in the East are burning hotter and hotter every day.
Trollocs are moving again in off.
That
The
is
fires have been lit. That means something, apparently. Their forge, actually, now that I think about it, would be a problem. Can only hope they don't side with the dragons.
Well, I mean, if what we know is to be true, they already have.
Well, maybe, but
Yeah. From what an old party member of us told us that basically the cult of domination has taken power from Enoth.
Emrath?
Emrath, not Enoth. Emrath.
Enough is
Very
a
different
major
places.
ocracy.
Oh no, sorry, wrong place. Never mind. I'm shutting
No, that's Nether. Enoth is where the wizard, I think originally from Nether, created his own land. Similar to the Spellscar, only wildly different. It's a cataclysm.
It's unpleasant.
So you got some information we can take action on and find this
I think
girl?
the plan is to meet with Thane, and hopefully he smooth things over with Bristol. Meanwhile, we're hoping you could work your charm on him. On Bristol.
In what way?
Well, you seem to be good with people, and apparently the rest of us not so much. Well, maybe
Well,
Katarina.
we've already. Well,
We tried and failed. It's your turn.
yeah, an unknown face. Someone
And then
new.
we get out of this town as quick as possible so that you can go back to being your gorgeous green self.
I'm not entirely opposed to that.
The goal is to get Bristol to give us his daughter Bridget's location as best he knows, and spare us a whole lot of searching.
Trin, did you keep that scale we found of the Behir? Did you keep that?
Why?
Well, if you had no. You are my favorite. If you had no use for it, I'd like it.
Well, actually, since we're on the topic, I could use some prestidigitation help. Cleaning, that is. Then I pull my bag up, and I pull it open, and you smell a foul stench.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's in there.
What's in where?
What is in there?
What else is in
What
there?
is it? What's
There's-
the problem?
Just some parts I found, but they
That is
didn't keep very
rank.
well. What?
That is rank.
What's in the bag?
This bits, you know,
The crinkled
magical
nose-
components.
The crinkled noses tell me it's a smell,
Yes,
and it's unpleasant.
it's quite unpleasant.
But remember when I was
Did you sleep in the same room as
investigating.
that? Because it's making him queasy.
Well, it's so I took some stuff and it
I think it's-
just didn't keep very well.
I think it's making me cry. Holy shit.
Are you sure that wasn't
Just
the punch
keep-
from
just
last
keep the
night?
back closed.
No, that was great.
All right, I don't smell it. I go over and I inspect the bag. What'd you pull?
Oh god.
Oh, I pulled some like body parts and stuff from the corpses in the Behir
And start
in the corner.
Yeah.
Couple like fingers and stuff. From,
Hey,
The
like,
ones that were probably already decently decomposed.
Yeah.
Anything useful? Alchemically, even I don't even have proficiency in alchemy, so yeah. I mean, I'm used to seeing gore, and I can't smell it, so I'm just like, that's useless. Just
In the tavern?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Why,
Well-
why did you grab bits?
you never know, it could be useful.
you hear
He
me.
just asked me for a bit.
You hear me squelching as I'm like looking
That-
deeper, just like
That scale we found.
Yes, it's in there.
Okay.
Towards
That's
the
what
bottom.
I'm looking for.
Yeah, it's at the bottom. Pull up and it's all greasy. I drop it on the table and presto it, and then
Thank you.
What do you want?
Yeah.
grab the heap of rotting meat, put it back in, set it on your lap. All of that's useless.
Lynch? When I said that word?
So what they're saying is I need a new bag.
You're a crackhead.
Yes.
Damn.
But you don't need the scale. I can take it.
Well, yes, that's what the bag is for.
Thank you.
The bag of wonders.
Swiftly take it and put it in a pouch on my belt.
Start prestoing my arm clean.
It's just, you know what?
Find
I
some
can
time
say
today to dispose of it.
the longer I travel with you, at least I'll lose my sense of shame.
I did say humiliation and pain are in our future.
But I suppose I could give talking to this man a try. What was his name? Bristol?
Bristol. At Bristol Ironworks. While you do so, I have an alchemy to visit.
Did we get Bristol's surname, or does he just go by Smith or
Alchemist.
I'm not sure. We could ask Thane when we see him.
something? Fair enough.
What's the name of his
Bristol Ironworks.
It's the armory. The forge. The blacksmith.
Well, sorry, I haven't been there before.
Do you want me to go with you? I think I remember where Locke said it was. We take a left at the goddamn statues.
I guess so, but on our way I'll have to give you I'll have to just
I'll let you do it that way.
remind you of our current situation.
I don't think you should go, Godric. He was defensive. I don't think he likes adventurers, and this is going to require a lot of tact.
Everyone's been saying the word tact today. Last night.
Let me see if I can explain it to a Cimmerian. It would require a lot of you not saying a god's damned thing.
We can do other things while he's...
Yeah, we could go do something that would be much more fun for you.
We just have to be gentle.
I think Katerina should go with him.
He's
She
a blacksmith.
remembers the way.
How are you? All we gotta do is talk
It's a
to
grand
the
idea.
blacksmith, who apparently lost his daughter. It's called not being a dick.
Well, the
He
subject
was-
of his daughter is
We
quite...
weren't being a dick the first time.
And you were involved. The answer is that just you came naturally.
How would you know?
Because since you came back, you've been nothing but a dick.
Listen.
That's true. Purposefully.
Do you all need any supplies or anything?
Yes, I need a new bag.
I need to get more pinions because I used them last time.
Well, tell me what you want. I'll
The
go.
pinions are going to be at the blacksmith.
I'm sure he'll lighten up to customers. We'll go do that last.
Well, Trin and Katerina could do that.
Or they could, yes, that's true.
I'm going to visit the alchemist.
That is a fantastic idea. I'm going with you.
That's probably a good idea.
You should come. You can carry some of those potions. They're heavy. I'm told.
It looks at you. They're not.
Shut up. Let's go.
All right, so the three of us are going to the alchemist. You two are going to the blacksmith.
Yep.
All right.
Burp is
Hands in on three.
sitting in
We
the...
say we can do it.
But
Right?
we can't.
Hey!
Godric.
Hey!
They're split up. It's the time now.
I know, right?
Hey! You can do it!
Murder job.
Yay, go team.
That come out and
That sucked!
Go team
You
venture.
suck!
Yay.
You
Thanks,
suck.
Katerina, for participating.
Well, she can't. Remember, she can't be too friendly with us because then it makes it harder.
That's true.
Yeah. She might grow attached to you or something.
Just for
She's offering
Katarina,
you.
not Tara. I was just saying.
Just
Tara's
remember,
great. Katarina's
Katarina, lock
Tara
it.
understands the difference.
It's best not to
What about the
humanize.
day she forgets the difference?
Tara will remember this. Every time.
Just
Terror shall
remember,
rise again.
Locke is not a silly organic.
All right, so we're starting with
End of session.
Alex looks nervous. That's all I'm
A
saying.
pregnant pause.
Yeah, we're gonna start with the alchemy shop.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean over as we're walking. Why did I need to come?
So, as you enter the busy streets, morning parishioners, people gathering to head to the Church of Parathor. You can hear the soundings of the church bells. It's a lovely and amazing, bright, beautiful day in the valley. No clouds in the sky. You hear birds, see them flying. You do draw some interesting looks from people in town. Three of you kind of just walking along side by side is quite the interesting view to take in. People kind of murmuring amongst themselves and pointing. And a few individuals, manage to kind of clear the way and change sides of the streets when you're coming. It's everything that you probably expect from total strangers who are worrisome about strangers in their town. Stranger danger.
I look down on everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Me too.
So
Just differently.
after about 5.5 minutes or so, about kind of traversing the streets, you end up on what looks to be like kind of the market street. There's a small bit of trade going on, but you can see some general stores, another tavern, and you see a sign out front, a large purple sign with kind of gold lettering inlay, recessed in, and it says Vana's Alchemy. So upon walking up to the store and kind of going inside, it's a fairly nice store. For being out here, out in the middle of nowhere, it's actually kind of surprising how well stocked it seems to be with potions, alchemical ingredients. Even seems to be a few magical items on display. And there is what looks like an elf working inside the store. Just long, white hair and kind of purple palish skin, and seems to be sporting a rather large and kind of nasty scar that runs from one side of the face across the brow of the nose to the other side. Fairly pronounced and hard to miss. She kind of looks your direction, and you see lavender eyes and pupils, and sort of these almost like purple, slightly darker, almost like purple freckles, kind of just lightly coming from the cheeks down to the neck area. And she kind of just turns to see you all coming in. Well, what can I help you with today?
Well, potions of healing, for starters, if you have them.
Sure. I carry a ready stock of your basic alchemical ingredients, components, and such.
As well as, do you have things like resistance to magical effects?
Like a potion of resistance?
Yes.
To what element?
Lightning.
I think that could be accommodated. I believe so.
What was
Anything else in particular? Potions of vitality, elixirs of health, spell scrolls, as well as magic items, cloaks of protection, ever-lighting lanterns.
Cloak of protection.
Yes, for customers I trust and are willing to spend. Yes.
How much?
I spent a lot on the sword.
Can I speak to him for a moment, please?
Sorry.
Hold on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but you don't strike me as the one who knows anything about magic.
Good enough.
Well, I must admit, the scrolls are intriguing. I'd like to see your selection. And, out of curiosity, what would you take for that cloak?
The Cloak of Protection was found for me by some intrepid adventurers on commission a few months ago. Based on what it took and cost to find it, to bring it back, I would say I could let it go for maybe 4,000 gold.
Yeah, that seems appropriate. It's more than I can muster.
I highly doubt that adamantine greatsword would sweeten the pot, so unfortunately I can't afford it.
Adamantine's worth quite a bit, but not that much.
In Elven, how long have you been spying for them, Drukar?
I don't speak Elven, but that sounded a little
Let's-
confrontational.
What did he say?
I have no idea what he said either.
I don't speak Elven either.
I don't
There's-
either.
No point in lying.
Is he okay?
I have no idea. Well, Theon, are you okay?
I would like to roll an insight check on this evil dark elf. She's evil.
Pure
Is
evil.
is she actually pretending like she doesn't speak Elven? That's what I want to find out.
Make an insight check with disadvantage.
12.
Oh, pretty good.
Based on your observation, she seems to have no idea what you're saying.
Why the sudden hostility?
Your friend looks exceptionally strange and uncomfortable.
He looks constantly.
Does he speak something other than Elvish?
Yes, he speaks common. That's a pretty intent look.
Then I'll ask in common. How long have you been spying on this town? Are you giving information to the slavers? Or is it worse?
What?
I'm not really sure what you mean.
Oh.
I'm not sure what's he implying.
Oh.
What?
Oh, Theon, I would be surprised if she has anything to do with any of that. Have you really never encountered... Huh.
Oh, what is going on?
Oh,
I've encountered plenty
I mean, you
of
know...
dark elves.
But
My blade, as I motion towards my blade, has spilled the blood of many of them, both before I came into contact with it and during. I know when I see evil.
Well, then must not be present here then.
With lies, of course.
My shop has been here for 10 years.
That book over there on the wall, how long has that been here?
Which one? She looks.
The agricultural book. It's quite dusty.
Maybe 4 or 5 months at the most. I understand being suspicious. I'm not completely unused to it. It's just been a while since anybody has cast suspicion on me. The heroes who saved the town vouched for me. I supplied them with their magic items and equipment. If there was anything nefarious in my nature, it would have manifested by now.
I'll buy the book.
Oh, okay. 2 silver pieces for the book.
I slide across 2 silver pieces.
Picks them up. Okay.
With this book, I plan to scry you. I will cast many spells, and I will know what you are up to. And if at any point I see any untowardness, or connections with the other Dark Elves, I will come here and personally burn down your shop. And then I turn around and leave.
Do my parents qualify as other Dark Elves?
What? I would imagine so.
I mean, I haven't seen either of them in over 50 or so years, but either way.
Yeah, that was visceral.
That is the same reaction I had, like, in the beginning.
Sorry.
So spell scroll, then,
Yes.
is it?
Uh,
Well, I have a on topic of comprehend languages,
huh.
as well as knock.
That's kind of funny.
That's pretty funny.
Knock is a good one.
Got to grease up Tashi.
So comprehend languages, I could probably let go for about 55 gold pieces, and knock, I'd be willing to let go for about 100.
155, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's almost exactly how much money I have.
Spell scrolls are hard work and careful work.
Do you need money, brother? I can get you this time.
No, this one's all for me, selfishly. So I will need like paper and ink later, though.
Are we looking to restock up on just general arcane supplies?
Yes.
Spell components, spell pouches, refilling,
Katarina,
legs
do
of
you
newt.
you would have told me when I asked about going shopping? Do you need any,
Witchstone,
do you need
lyrium.
any components?
I think I'm okay.
I think so too.
Dude, she casts magic with sheer will. She's not a pleb like you.
That's freaking pretty true.
Unlimited power!
Look, I can cast through my staff. That gets rid of a lot of component the stuff, but you know. Shut up! Shut up! Don't tell mom.
Come to the dark side. Sorcerers are cool.
No.
Just ask Ulrich.
There's cool as cold steel on a hot day.
Nope, that one. So I don't
I hate you.
I don't have many that actually consume.
Yeah.
So unless you have something that consumes a component,
I can look at them.
I'll think about that. But I am going to purchase that knock scroll.
All right.
Oh, and
So she comes and gives you this awesome looking ornate case and opens it, shows you the knock spell, and everything looks ordinary.
100.
as expected. So,
100 GP.
100 GP.
Not 1,000. That would have been bad.
negative.
credit.
Yeah. Okay. And how much for potions of healing that you might have?
Potions of healing go for 75 GP a piece.
How many greater ones do you have?
I have 2. I'm gonna go for 200 a piece.
We'll take 1 greater and then 3 normal ones. That should be enough for the other people, yeah?
If you have the cash.
Alright.
And the potion of lightning resistance?
Yeah, we'll have to go without today. Unless someone else wants to throw in some cash. I did say we were going shopping, so we can
Oh, wow. I have
move around monies.
How much was the potion of lightning resistance?
She didn't say.
Oh.
You guys didn't ask.
How much is the potion of lightning resistance?
I can let it go for 700 GP.
Yeah.
Not that we want the potion, so we'll take the greater and then all of your potions of healing.
Okay.
27.
Oh, well, okay. How many potions of healing do you have?
Yeah, she's like, all right, let's go.
I think what you heard me say was a lot of
Yeah.
potions of healing.
How many potions of healing do you have? Regular ones.
3.
I'll take all of them. I'm mathing one moment.
75 times 3 plus 200.
And I will Yes. I pull out a bag and pull out 42 pieces of platinum and 5 gold. For 425 gold.
Okay. Sounds good. She takes it. So, anything else for you?
You did 42.
Yes,
42.
I'll need.
Give yourself back 3 more.
I'll have to look it up, but I should have been doing that this whole time. I'll take it out of the cache later, but.
I'm sure you must need to refill an inkwell, new
Yeah,
pens,
yeah.
Quills,
Ink,
scrolls,
ink, paper.
parchment.
Paper, parchment, ink for scroll writing and writing in a spell book.
Okay.
Also, do you have?
It'd be 5 gold pieces to refill all those.
Do you have? This one's pretty specific. A blank spell book, something that's hardy, enchanted to resist damage.
I do have a book that I can part with. I believe I can probably part with it for maybe 25 silver.
Deal. Okay, hold on a second. 25 silver for the it's just a book. It's not like a resilient spell book or whatever the hell it's called.
It's just a spell book.
Okay, that's fair.
Blank.
This, since this is a possible bookstore, 2 questions. Do you have any books about dragons? Or the Dragon Knights?
I don't know.
Dragon Knights. Poems.
It's got a big ass.
I have
copy
a
of the Iliad.
compilation of rare poetry from across Terrowyn, but I don't have anything specifically. I believe there's a passage in one of the books here about that is in regard to the flight of the knights.
That won't work. What about dragons?
Nothing so comprehensive as a Draconomicon. Some light reading, some scientific dissertations. What are we looking for?
Well, we are adventurers, and we are being asked to fight off a dragon at one of our next quests. And I was looking for anything about combating them.
You're going to need more than a book to combat a dragon.
I 100% agree, but it was a long shot.
Hmm.
Unless you have a potion. Dragon, no fly.
No, that meant no. No, I do not. I'm sorry.
Do you have any books on blacksmithing techniques?
No.
Damn.
Not in my repertoire.
Never mind. Thank you.
You need the
Just
like ethereal gold
So
or
how-
whatever it's called.
While you're talking to her, she kind of stops for a moment and she's like listening, and you hear like a jar like fall off a shelf somewhere in the back room and crack, and then you hear some like scattered, very tiny footsteps kind of running around the room.
Anyone else see that?
And it happens every once in a while, don't worry. They won't hurt you.
What are they?
Don't worry about it. It's better you don't know.
You see Godric sag a bit.
Sorry.
Well,
I'm so sorry. I apologize deeply.
False alarm!
I should not have.
False
knocked.
alarm! You turned on guard mode.
well, eat your food. And that's all I need. A block. Anything else? He's processing. Give him a second.
Yeah.
He's literally processing.
No, I can't really think of anything else that we might need. You've covered for the potions.
I got the potions. I still have a bit of gold. If you need any more.
I agree. Running on that DDR3.
The 4 gigs of DDR3 is just like
grinding to a halt. We're talking about you, Mark.
Mark, you blue screen to death right now. What's going on?
I am reading. I'm sorry.
Hey, Kobold, can you hit the reset button again?
It's just like
Don't say that. He might actually hit a button.
Oh no. All right. Yeah. So, I need to buy. The only other thing I need to get is writing stuff for spell scrolls, and so I'm looking up how much I'll need.
Oh, because it's the spell you're doing, doesn't it?
Yeah, it depends on what level spell you're doing.
Yeah, that's
Copying
Because
a
it's
spell
gold
into
spent
a-
per day,
level.
and I think per level. So a level 1 spell scroll, a cantrip takes. I think it takes a day.
Okay, there it is. Each level is 50 gold in
Yeah.
2 hours.
All right. So how much gold do you want Godric to pay for?
I forget what level knock is.
Fuck it.
Second
Knock
level.
is level 2.
So 100 gold. And,
How many do you want? Just two? Just one scroll?
well, I only have the 1 scroll. So
You see Godric pull out his little pouch, rummage around, and pull out 10 platinum.
thank you. Buy the ink necessary, and I've already got the book.
Puts it back in his front pocket, where it's safe.
You know, pockets. I've seen your miniature.
Yeah.
Clothes.
He ties it to his belt and flips it underneath next to his junk. There's a
Oh,
whole
that's
scene
right.
about it.
That's right. There it is. That's a lot of coinage. When you run, did it like smack against you?
Yeah.
Why do you think he was so slow and
That's
not
how,
lost?
that's how you maintain rage while long distance running.
Oh my
I'd be
god.
pretty bad too if I was doing that. Listen, you made Terrowyn uncomfortable.
That's horrific.
Bag
But
on bag
un-
violence.
But
Coin purse
not
on
surprisingly, you didn't make Alex uncomfortable.
Nothing will make this man uncomfortable.
I'm still waiting for
Except
Mike to
awkward
subtract his
staring.
platinum.
Huh?
Still
Yeah,
waiting
subtract
to
your- subtract
I
your
bet he
monies.
doesn't like smothering either. Makes most people uncomfortable.
So you can see that the dark elf is becoming rather impatient as you hear the footsteps running around the store again, the storefront. Does this conclude our business for the day?
I think we're finished. Thank you.
I will have a wonderful day. Stay out of trouble. I'm sure I'll see you again. If you're staying around, that is.
No, we are at the Blue Fairy for now.
Tilly's a wonderful individual. She comes to me for herbal remedies on a regular basis.
Excellent.
Treat her well.
We'll do our best.
Either way,
She seems to be able to handle herself.
any other questions? No, I don't have some secret compendium of lost knowledge that leads to better dragon slaying. No potions of anti-flight. I'm afraid you're on your own.
Thank you for being so knowledgeable. Most people just look at me cross.
Am I
Vic.
not looking at you that way?
Not that I can see.
Come on, big man. Thank you for
At
sharing
his
your
words,
money.
I slowly turn and just wave. Leave.
Dun, 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 dun.
Lean out. Just, whoop.
All right. So as that end, as at the alchemist shop, then
Yeah.
you see Ulthion sulking outside.
Oh, what you see is Ulthion finishing casting a spell.
He's on guard.
And I lean over at Locke. Is he pouting?
What?
Is he pouting?
He's doing whatever he wants.
Are all elves this weird?
I think
Yes, some of us are weird in other ways, though.
he's just far from home for the very first time. I'm sure it was weird for you too when you found a place that had like sunshine.
You'd have to have forethought for things like that to be
Sumerius.
weird.
Very cold.
The weirdest thing was going to the desert and not just the heat. It was nice.
I suppose.
I like the heat.
It made me click. It was very hot.
You should label all of those potions separately. They may be laced with poison.
Well, I can't be poisoned, so.
I would be fine. I don't think she's going to poison us. We're customers. That just is bad business.
How does that work, by the way, the physiology behind you drinking a potion? Do
No.
you even have a throat for the liquid to go down?
No. and you don't actually need to ingest it. It's complicated. The magical part of the it's like a I don't know if it's how I don't ingest, and I'm sure the process is similar inside of an organic gut, right? But the magical part of the potion is absorbed from the inside in when you ingest it. I really just have to cover myself in it. And it kind of, you see the seams. So I'm kind of unique as a Warforged because I'm all metal. There's no wooden bits. And I have fully articulated hands, not the three-fingered version, which is way more common. It kind of soaks into the seams and just works. It's weird.
Fascinating.
Like I said, I'm not an alchemist, and my whole 10 years of consciousness has been trying to figure out more about Warforged, and I haven't got very far for certain reasons.
Again, sorry about that one.
It wasn't you. Anyway, we ended up spending more time in Emrath than I ever expected, but here we are.
Well, we're done here. We can go back to the tavern and wait for the other two.
Sure.
Unless somebody has something else in mind.
No, I need to prep this book for spells, so that will take some time.
Perfect. Are all of the churches of Perithor with the ringing of the bells?
Every hour.
Do they use it? Is it to tell time, or just remind them that they should be praying to their god?
It's both.
Interesting.
It's
incessant.
I suppose. Well, that's, an hour is a long time to these things,
Godric resembles that remark.
Yes.
Well, back to the tavern.
Speaking of bells, nice.
It's 2.
We woke up late.
Yeah, pretty late. A long walk. The goblin overslept. With his tiny legs, he overslept.
I earned that rest.
So,
That's important. You raged.
Yeah.
so Trin and Katerina find themselves making their way through the street. The townspeople completely unaware that a goblin is amongst them. Or so it seems.
So, Catalina, you know the plan. You've kind of gone over a couple of things.
Right, I think it's a good angle.
Yeah, so I'll work him from that angle. You work him from the other angle. We use a pincer formation.
This
I heard about
conversation,
that in the book somewhere.
this conversation will be a battle.
Sure. We just have to
Veritable
tread
war.
lightly. I believe that if we make one bad move about his relationship with his daughter, he might just shut down completely.
Yes, tread lightly. Difficult with wolves, but I'll give it a try.
I have the utmost faith.
He's perfect.
Gotta settle the bit.
He's perfect.
So, you arrive in front of Bristol's Ironworks to find that the forge isn't on and he's not out front working. It's totally silent.
I slowly approach the door.
That makes sense.
Exchange glances with Katerina. Knowing glances. We totally were in sync. We know what each other is thinking, what we're doing, our dreams, our aspirations. As I go to the front door.
Oh, I disagree. I think if you're anybody, you're Backstreet Boys, whatever.
I got that one. It was good.
That was really just for me and everybody else. I don't care.
I don't care if you got it.
All right.
Hello!
Tap, 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 rapping on his chamber door.
Torrent Hillstone here. Is the forge in operation?
So you hear some heavy footsteps heading towards the door towards you. And then the door opens. It's your large humanoid man with a bushy beard looking kind of down on you. What do we want?
Oh, sir, you must be the proprietor of this fine establishment. My name is Torrin Hillstone. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir.
What do you want?
Well, you see, I've been might troubled. I've received news from back home. I'm looking to get my son a gift. I'm not exactly happy about it. It's not a birthday gift or something of that like. But I was wondering if you had some, some adequate swords. You see, I'm but a humble man, and I don't have the coin for extravagant blades. But as I'm traveling, I am limited in my options, and this just seemed like the best place to go. What is your name, sir?
My name's Bristol. You traveled to here in the Central Vale without a weapon, and you're just now deciding to get one.
Well, I have a small weapon, for self-defense. I work with the Giant Strides Trading Company, but I'm just a humble bookkeeper. I'm a surveyor. I go out and I do research, but I'm not so much of a fighter, you see. As I hold up, as I have previously used minor illusion to create a book ahead of time, as I hold up a book that says Giant Strides Trading Company on it, and some markings on it that make it look like a ledger.
All of this would be a great deal more convincing if you weren't with her, because she was here last night.
Oh yes, she was following me through the streets. It was quite strange.
We're friends.
I will deal with you separately as he trails off. What do we want? Thane talked to me last night, discussed some things with me. So what do we want?
Well, I'm afraid we didn't get a proper introduction. My name is Katerina. I apologize that we got off on the wrong foot.
We did. By the way, what are we doing? What do we want? He told me that you're looking for my daughter for some reason, some undisclosed reason that you're not willing to share.
Perhaps, Katerina, if I might be so bold, given that he is her father, and I myself, being a father, totally understand, having concerns over your child. I would say he probably has. I'd like to know some additional information, and of course, he would never let something slip that could possibly put his daughter in further danger.
May we speak inside?
Fine.
Alright, I'll follow him in.
I follow him in too, and I gaze at his beautiful shop. This is probably, mediocre at best, but I compliment him vigorously. And this is quite the place you've got here. Look, I really like your organizational skills. Oh, look at the work on this one. Oh, jeez. Let's try to butter him up.
So it's a blacksmith. The shop is more or less fundamentally mundane. There's actually not much for display purposes or for sale. There's no weapons or anything that you can see out anywhere in particular. Clothing, more or less, some Forge's clothing, aprons and such, and some chemicals and kind of just designed to help with that process of smithing. And aside from that, it's pretty plain. There's no paintings, no drawings. It's kind of a drab interior. It looks like it's definitely finished. He keeps it clean and tidy. You don't get the impression that it's a mess by any means, but it's just there's really nothing to it for the most part. So, what are we talking about?
Well, we came to Greencrest looking for you and hopefully to find your daughter. My friends and I received a vision of sorts that she may be in danger. And we only want to help her. We were hoping that you would be able to point us in the right direction.
Well, I'm afraid that she's quite out of reach, for the most part. She left 6 months ago, her and my youngest son, and she hasn't been back, and she's getting the life that she said that she wanted, from my understanding. Far from me, far from the safety that this town provides, venturing into a world that she knows nothing about and underestimates at every turn. She headed east looking for adventure to hopefully sign up with a mercenary company. I don't know if she found it. She wrote me once to say that she had landed somewhere in Bravadis. I don't know exactly where.
Well, we think that she might be able to help us with something, so do you have an item of hers that we could use to try to track her down? That you wouldn't mind parting with?
Do you need to take it permanently?
Not necessarily. We could borrow it for a short time and return it to you.
Define a short time.
Just long enough for a friend of mine to be able to use it to try to locate where she is. A few hours at most.
An elven friend you hate. Sorry. I really hate him.
Good, he's not meant to be your friend.
Maybe he should answer.
We just want to ensure her safety, and we could report back to you how she is doing.
If you travel as far as you might have to in order to find her, you won't be back here anytime soon to tell me how she's doing.
We have ways to let you know.
Maybe. Maybe you do, maybe you don't.
Well,
The truth of the matter is, I still just don't know you. Thane convinced me that I should hear what you had to say, but I'm not finding any kind of forthcoming that should convince me that I should help you directly. I know that she's in danger, so hearing that she is wouldn't surprise me. It's what she was asking for and what she left looking for. But she understands how to wield a sword because I taught her. She understands how to choose armor, how to protect herself, what to wear, where to wear it, because she helped me make most of the armor that the militia and town's guard wear. She can take care of herself, so the question is, why should I help you?
well, if I may be so bold, your daughter. What was your daughter's name again?
Bridget.
Bridget. Yes. So I have some magics that can contact people. Maybe we could even, if she's not in danger, maybe I could try and reach out to her here and now and see if she's at least all right for the moment.
Would you be interested in that?
I just don't believe I should trust you. I don't know why you want her. You say it's to help her, but you're complete strangers to me. You're complete strangers to her. And I don't know what's wrong with him, but there's something off-putting about him as well.
Because you are her father, and I don't believe you would do anything to put her in more danger. Our searching for her is not completely selfless. We believe that she would be able to forge a weapon that would help us in the upcoming battle with the dragons.
And you learn this by way of how? Why would somebody so non-discreet as my daughter, why would she have this knowledge? I've taught her everything that she knows about forging weapons.
We believe you come from a powerful lineage, or at least she does.
It's interesting. I actually wouldn't be able to tell you for sure what lineage she comes from. She's not my daughter. She was adopted.
What?
Well, we believe that her ancestors forged the weapons that the Dragon Knights used many eons ago.
So she's capable of doing the same thing then?
We believe so. And because we both care about her safety, I trust that this information will stay confidential.
I would have no reason to tell anybody anything, especially if it would compromise her safety in any way. Are there people who would be looking for her other than yourselves? Would they have a vested interest in seeing her eliminated or harmed in any way? And I want the truth, because I'll be able to tell.
Anyone who would not want us to have weapons that would take down dragons, if they knew this information, they would look for her. And the outcome would not be as well as if we find her first.
I always told my wife before she passed that there was something about Bridget that was just not necessarily different per se, but there's a spirit about her that never fit what I thought a normal person would want to do. She was always different in a way, looking for something much further over the horizon than what she was offered here. So if she comes from this line of individuals and can trace that ancestry all the way back, then that would explain a lot about her.
I believe that she will play a very important role in this upcoming battle with the dragons.
Well, I've never seen a dragon myself, but I have heard stories.
Without her, I fear that you will see one very up close and personal.
But we can't have that. Either way, if you're traveling east, my only one guess was that she might have gone to Midheim. I have old compatriots of mine that I served with during the Trolloc Wars. And so he takes this signet ring off of his finger and comes and grabs your hand very gently and places it on the palm and then closes your fingers over it. If you give her this, she will take your word. Or she will assume you murdered me and took it for yourself, and then you will have that to deal with. Either way, she will listen to you first.
It'll get her attention.
Mm-hmm. If you find her, try to convince her to send my idiot son back home.
I will do my best.
He's not made of the same adventurous spirit he thinks he is, and he thinks that's what he wants, but he's not made of the same stuff that she is. And I'm afraid that her actions will lead to him perishing or worse.
And what would your son's name be?
Marcus.
Shade.
Ooh.
No, I didn't. Shade. There.
Some backseat note-taking advice.
I wasn't there.
Well, Well, I have not been traveling long, but I have acquired some stories that might encourage him. This is the place to be.
Either
It's
way,
not as glamorous.
I won't
as
hold you
think it
responsible
is.
if he doesn't listen to you. He didn't listen to me. Is there anything else that I could do for you?
Do you have an item of hers that we could use to scry on her?
Sure. So he goes over to this countertop area, opens up a drawer, and he pulls out a smithing hammer with a matching insignia on it that matches the ring signet, and he comes over and hands it to you. This was hers. She didn't take it with her. I insisted that her skills and owning of her own tools could make her indispensable and maybe even find her safer work somewhere else. And she insisted that that was not what she wanted, so she left them.
Well, I hope to see her use them again soon.
Either way, if you can get her to reach out and contact me again, if she's willing to give an old fool another chance, then have her do so.
Thank you for your help, and I swear that we will update you as soon as we have any news.
Best of luck. May Parathor's grace shine on you. You'll need it in Barbados. You know there's a war happening there, right?
We are all too aware.
There are worse things in the world than dragons. They may be powerful and terrifying, but dragons have never been Barbados' enemy. And if you go to Midheim, the only people who rule there live at night and feed off the fear of those they prey upon. They're not to be underestimated. The Wild Hunt is not to be underestimated.
We'll be careful. Thank you again. Unless he says anything else, I'll turn and leave.
He doesn't say anything else. He just kind of turns back to the drawer, closes it, and just kind of leaves the room.
I leave too! So useless! Oh! And this is... I'm just like, no, why didn't it work? Oh!
I'm not sure what you mean. It seems to have worked splendidly.
Oh no, my cover! It didn't work at all!
So as you leave, though, you hear the door open up, and he calls out, "Dwarf, take this!" And he throws you a sword.
I try and reach up and grab it like epic, like a movie.
Yep. Yeah, so boom! And there's like a shimmer of bright light.
Freeze frame.
Because he throws you a +2 vicious sword.
Whoa!
I have the power!
Oh, fuck, that's a good sword.
Shit!
That's a good sword.
Thank you, kind sir. I will use it to assist your daughter.
Do so. And then he closes the door.
God, that's a good sword.
What an honorable man. I can't believe you had so much trouble with him last night. He's such a good person. A kind soul, I tell you. A kind soul.
Well,
I think he might be right. I think he just doesn't like elves.
or at least ones that try to cast high-level spells on him.
Well, I do believe we should be getting to our party.
We might want to sheath that and not brandish it in the streets.
Come on, Catalina, look at it.
Oh, I see it.
Oh, I could kill so many evil things. And the sword didn't come with a scabbard. I don't carry it carefully.
That dude threw a +2 vicious weapon at you without a scabbard? You could have lost your head.
It was glitting in the sun. I took agency. Now I don't have a scabbard. All the better for cutting with my gear. Anyway.
Yeah. So as you're playing with the sword in the street, you hear the clanking of spurs, several of them, and as you turn, you see 5 men in dusters and ponchos behind you. As you look, one of them kind of approaches pretty close, and you can see he's brandishing some sort of firearm in a holster on his side. And he looks at the both of you. You came in with the big fella, right? The big one, the Goliath. You came in with him, right?
We did.
The boss wants to talk to you all about something. Do you know where they are?
I do not. Who is this boss?
Folks around here know him as Terrowyn.
Oh,
Until next
shit!
Friday.